Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Norwood High School for this matchup between the Walpole Wolverines, Walpole Timberwolves, and the Norwood Mustangs. Before we play today, we would like to recognize our seniors. First, we would like to recognize visiting Walpole. Number 8, Crowley Knight. Number 10, Marshalsea. Number 11, DeMattia. Number 12, Charlotte Stazinski. Number 14, Sydney Bissonette. Number 16, Briella Clinton. And number 10, Danielle. Thank you all for seniors. Now we'd like to recognize our seniors for all their hard work and dedication throughout their years here at Norwood High School. After our college player, if their parent and guardians could come down for a quick photo. Number 1, Julia Figueredo, accompanied by the mother Maria and daughter myself. Number 16, Olivia Loud, accompanied by Mom Julie, Dad Steve, and Sister Dee. Captain number 17, Sophia Tuma, accompanied by Juan
Senior night at Norwood High School. Hello, folks. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Joe Pinola alongside my science department colleague, Dr. Mike Crowley. Mike, it's always exciting to do volleyball with you, and we should have a great game today. A little bit of a throwback to the old Bay State League as Norwood takes on Walpole.
I am so excited tonight to work with the greatest play-by-play voice in the MIAA.
Thank you.
Joe Pinola. Joe, such a pleasure. And you're right, so exciting to be here for our senior night. Such a great group of girls. They've all had a great career here at the School of the Hill. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's an emotional night. We always hear that with senior nights here. This is one of the first here at Norwood High School amongst the different sports. For Norwood, four seniors were celebrating today. Two senior captains. Colleen Brady is one of them. She's been a senior captain for 2 years now. And also Sophia Tuma. Sophia, along with Olivia Loud, one of the other seniors, and Julia Figueredo, three girls that I had the pleasure of coaching as freshmen, which is wild to see them here on this big stage. And I know they're excited, nervous, some combination of all of that.
Such a special story, Joe. So happy for you that you could celebrate with them here tonight. And yeah, they're a great group of girls. I've had Colleen in class for 4 years. She is fantastic. And, you know, just for the younger girls at home, if you're looking for somebody to emulate, look no farther than right here, because these girls represent the very best of Norwood.
So it will be Colleen Brady to start things off for Norwood. She is out there, along with number 9, Izzy Morgan, number 17, Sophia Tuma, number 12, Brenna Forbes. Julia Figueredo is the libero wearing black, and Olivia Loud rounds out the starting group for Norwood, who immediately takes the first point off of a mishit from Carly Knight, number 8 for Walpole.
And great senior leadership there by Colleen. You know, Joe, this time of year in the MIAA, you know, is really about those service points, right? You get on a run, take over the game. Colleen is very strong.
She is consistent at that line, I believe, serving at over a 90% clip on a regular basis. Norwood gets another point there. It was Charlotte Stasinski, number 12, trying to dump it in, but aggressive at that front line, especially from the freshman Brenna Forbes, number 12.
Yeah, they look like they match up very well.
And there's a bit of tough serves that handled nicely by the Walpole libero. Julia Figueredo returns the favor. Brady tries a little dump pass and almost gets it to go. And now she'll go to the outside. Izzy Morgan trying to put it down the line, but unfortunately unable to connect. And Walpole has their first point of the game.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Timberwolves do at the service line, right?
That's right. The Walpole Timberwolves, as that name changed a number of years ago. They've been pretty successful with their new moniker. Nice play there by Olivia Loud going back, and Norwood somehow is able to keep this in. Here's the set to the outside for Walpole, and they're able to get it through. Number 12, Stasinski, is able to make up for just a couple moments ago as she delivers the kill.
Yeah, that's a good example of putting it where they're not, right?
Sometimes that stows up on the stat sheet as just about as strong a kill as you can get. There's Forbes moving in for Norwood. Almost crossed that center line, but no call. And now a little bit of a dunk from number 16, Briella Clinton, earns the point for Walpole as they take their first lead. So Walpole now will go with their libero to serve. That's the person you see wearing the different jersey. Mike, I know that you've watched a lot of volleyball and have seen a lot of different liberos. We got a couple strong ones here on the court today.
Yeah, we do, and of course, such an important position, right? The key to that back row, the key to that defense down low.
And that is a volleyball rule, basically, to keep these rallies going. You get a libero in there that can't play the front row, but is able to dig a lot of passes, and as we mentioned, kind of extend those rallies, extend the game there.
Yeah, and they're excellent athletes, those liberos.
Brooke Harrington is showing some good strength here on the serve. Harrington wearing number 21 in that white jersey. Julia Figueredo, as we mentioned, in the black jersey for Norwood, is their libero. Here's an attack from Norwood's outside from Tuma. Comes eventually back to Walpole. Number 10 sends it over. That's Marin Gallivan. And now Tuma will have to settle for a free ball. Nicely placed, though, along the near side. Walpole has to scramble and, hey, give that kill to Tuma in a bit of a strange way, but she'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice placement of that shot. So the Stangs trying to close a 2-point gap, right?
I tell you, Sophia Tuma is just someone who brings energy in whatever she does. We know she's involved with student council and a lot of things like that at Norwood High, but also as in athletics, a captain and someone who always kind of got us going and brought the energy pregame, postgame, whatever you needed.
Love it.
This one goes to the outside. Nice attack there from Norwood. And it looks like Walpole will be called for a violation here. They will say it is a double hit, so Norwood will take it.
That's such a big part of the game, right? Setting up those outside hitters, strong play in the middle. So that's we haven't seen a lot of that from the Timberwolves so far. I'm sure they'll get that going.
Coach Paul Niblett for Norwood, who has been here a number of seasons. I've lost count at this point. He's been a staple of the program, letting his seniors kind of ride things out here in the early going, and they've kept it close. As the four seniors, Loud, Tuma, Brady, and Figueredo remain in the game. Here's Loud trying to go down the line. Oh, did she sneak it in? No, they'll say just out of bounds. Good look, though, from number 16 as she almost found the line.
And we do want to say hello to our friends in Walpole watching on the live stream tonight. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Always nice to see a bit of a crosstown rival, even if the conferences have shifted their alignment. I guess geography doesn't really determine conference alignment anymore, whether it's high school or it's college sports.
Right.
We know the the travel that some of those collegiate student athletes have been doing. Walpole up 7-4 here. Nice play by Figueredo to dig out that serve. Comes to Tuma on the near side. Harrington plays it nicely. A set for the outside, and I think they're going to call a double hit again against number 2, Kate Jordan, Walpole's setter. So that's a couple double hits for Walpole. Norwood has benefited from the violation Coach Zach Okolovich's team has committed. So here's Brenna Forbes. Forbes at the line. She is a freshman for Norwood, and she'll earn a service point. Nice job for her.
Yeah.
Makes it a 1-point game.
Excellent job is right. Only a freshman.
Tell you, sometimes you see freshmen who are able to make it up to varsity, maybe kind of claim an end to the roster spot towards the end of the year, but not Forbes. Coach Niblett said wonderful things about her, and the fact that she's their starting middle here in a big game that could decide Norwood's playoff fate speaks volumes about how strong she's been.
And did you see how surgical she was in the placement of that serve right over here? After driving it deep on the first one, she's able to move it around, spread out that Timberwolf defense.
So let's see what Walpole's able to do here. Norwood goes with the substitution as Forbes exits the game, and number 9, Izzy Morgan, comes back in. And this one sails a little bit long, so Norwood will take it right back.
Excellent job by the Mustang girls, knowing when to let that one go, right?
So a couple of substitutions for Walpole. Number 14, Sydney Bissonette, will enter, as will number 20, Kira Brennan. So certainly a big bench for Walpole, and they're making full use of it. Nice first pass there from Gallivan. They go to the outside, and immediately Bissonette comes in and pays dividends as she picks up a kill to put Walpole up 9-7.
Nice placement there in that left outside hitter position.
Couple more, or another substitution for Walpole as we see number 4, Leah Mulligan, come into the game. You may have noticed Mulligan just kind of running in there quickly for the libero. That's part of the libero rules. You can substitute really quickly without having to go to the line. Kind of keeps the game flowing a little more.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule. I really do.
Yeah, too many substitutions, I guess, bogs down the momentum. Tell you, if you blinked in this contest, you missed something because Norwood has been going for point. Coach Niblett was telling us that Norwood played against the number 2 seed in the Division II Power Rankings, Westwood, and they were going point for point with them as well. So not a surprise to see Norwood, hanging tough with a good team.
And there was some good, strong play by the Timberwolves in that right outside hitter position.
So now Walpole will go to the service line with Marin Gallivan. They've got their libero in the back middle position, as does Norwood with Figueredo. Sophia Tuma on the set this time, goes to Abby Curran, and looks like we had a little bit of contact near where the referee was. That was Curran, I think, who took the worst of it, and ultimately they'll say it was a violation against the Mustangs, and it'll be Walpole point and their biggest lead of the game at 11-8.
She's right back on her feet. Look at her. Good job there, Abby.
Certainly giving the referee a little bit of a smile, saying she's okay. And so right back to the line will be Gallivan. So Walpole up 11-8 here. It's a big game for both teams. And that's a nicely placed serve from Gallivan as it kind of ate up the Norwood back line. Tuma tried to play it off the net, but always tough kind of judging how that ball is going to rebound, I guess depending on the tension in the net and things like that. So Marin Gallivan on a little bit of a run. Norwood hitting it with a couple single arms there, and ultimately Loud can't get it over. And now Walpole has extended it to a 5-point lead. And not a surprise, Mike, as Coach Neblett will take his first time out.
Yeah, that's a smart move. Marin Gallivan looks like she's getting ready to get on a roll. So good strategic time out there by Coach Neblett. Also want to give a little shout out to NCM. We have an all high school team bringing you the broadcast tonight, so kudos to all of our outstanding NHS TV students. Also, I want to give a shout out to NCM. We had a wonderful event last week. It was an actual celebration of NCM's 20 years. It was hosted by Mr. Tolman, Jack Tolman. The NCM Board of Trustees were there. It was over at the beautiful Skating Club of Boston. What a wonderful time. Kudos to NCM, such a class organization, and it was nice to hear all the stories. And, you know, Joe, most of the people who worked for NCM over the 20 years, many of them have been gone like 10 years. They all came back for the event. So we had, it was really a nice time. We had people came all the way back. Dunny came all the way back from the Midwest.
All right.
To be here for that, so it was really special.
Brian Dunn was instrumental in getting sports coverage really kind of going here during the pandemic. Mike Maloof kind of carried that torch for a while, and nice to see things carrying on. Walpole comes out of that timeout, and they just extend their lead. So Marin Gallivan, wearing number 10, has been quite strong at the service line, and Norwood's going to have to find an answer.
Yeah, this is what we see this time of year, right?
Go on runs. Let's see if they can continue this. Nice play in the back row by Loud. Brady handles it nicely as the basketball net was almost in her way. And here's an attack from the outside for Walpole from number 12. That's Charlotte Stasinski. A little bit of a push here from Morgan. Comes out for number 20. A little bit of a dump attempt from Walpole. Now Tuma sets up Morgan again. She has to backpedal, but does a nice job staying with it. Now a bit of an emergency ball for Walpole that they'll send over. Brady comes in. Ooh, almost a little miscommunication with Figueredo, but finding the line is Izzy Morgan. Give the kill to the junior, number 9.
Yeah, big shout out, as you said, to Izzy Morgan. She's playing some great ball from that outside hitter position.
Morgan is a junior and someone who's been a part of this volleyball program for 3 years. Tell you, this is a program that kind of brings you in with the freshmen, the JV, the varsity team, and it's really like a family, as a lot of these teams will watch each other play. We saw a couple really good games before this game started, as that hard shot there on the Walpole kill kind of eats up Curran. Both the Norwood JV team and the freshman team both went 3 games as they each took a set from Walpole, which bodes well for the varsity team here.
It certainly does. Want to give a shout out to number 12 for the Timberwolves, Charlotte Stasinski. Beautiful return there on behalf of the Timberwolves.
And I think Walpole is going to get a couple substitutions in here. Looks like number 8, I believe that is. Hard to see with their pink jerseys. But number 8, Carly Knight, has checked back in, as has Kate Jordan. So kind of interesting that Walpole is not going with one designated setter. As they've got kind of 2 setters that have been coming in and out. We've been seeing Jordan, who's wearing number 2, doing a lot of it. But either way, it's worked for them as they continue to hold on to their biggest lead of the game at 6 points.
Sounds to me like a very deep bench, right? Yeah, you know, Joe, because you've coached this game at this level. But that's always one of the challenges, is doing your best to win today, yet at the same time build a program, right?
And I think that's some of it. You were talking about that deep bench and the substitution that Coach Zach has been going with for Walpole. But I think they were out of rotation there. We saw somebody kind of run on at the last second, and the referee called that. So a deep bench can be good to kind of keep you fresh, but I guess in this case it could result in some confusion, and Norwood gets the benefit of that. Comes out for number 10, Gallivan, off the net. Bit of a tough play for Jordan. Give an ace there for Izzy Morgan.
Izzy Morgan playing excellent ball thus far. She is a cool customer out there.
Izzy and Abby Curran, actually, now we're going back to middle school. I actually coached in a clinic when we were down at the middle school, and they were killing it back then, had some really good natural skills. Norwood has since added a middle school team down there, so they're coming in freshman year now with some experience that we didn't have for a while. So nice to see John Longley in the athletic department kind of expanding out the volleyball program.
And again, that's number 12, Charlotte Stasinski for the Timberwolves. And she's at the serve as well.
Her serve looks quite strong as well.
Those programs so important, Joe, right? So important. Building those skills.
Yeah, just kind of knowing what to do. Sometimes, volleyball isn't a sport everyone's playing growing up. So a lot of that first year is spent learning, and for years that was spent doing it on the freshman court. I had a lot of first-hand experience doing that, but now Norwood able to kind of expand that to middle schools, so a lot of these kids are coming in, having already gotten a full season under their belt. Nice play there in the back row by Forbes to keep this alive. Tuma sends up a set for Brady. Brady tries to push it deep, but nice work by number 12, Stasinski, to get over there. And this one is a bit of an unforced error. Norwood will take it. They're back within 3.
Yes, an excellent job out there, as you said, by Brenna Forbes. Only a freshman doing a great job.
Coach Nimblett letting his seniors ride here in this first game. And a strong serve from Forbes. It looks like Walpole was out of rotation again.
So all of a sudden, we're within 2.
And a lot of times you'll see the referees call out of rotation, and somebody will know, hey, my bad. But it looks like the referee is talking things over with Marin Gallivan. There's some confusion as to what exactly was called here. Okay, Jordan coming over to get some of that explanation as well. In volleyball, you got to set a captain on the court, so it looks like that's Gallivan for Walpole. And I imagine for Norwood, it's Colleen Brady, the 2-year captain. Nice play there by Harrington to put up a tough serve. Gallivan sends it over. Oh, that's about as difficult as a send as you can get from that forearm pass position. It's an unorthodox looking kill, but it's a kill nonetheless for Marin Gallivan.
Yeah, Marin Gallivan is doing an excellent job out there.
So Walpole with the serve, 18-15. It is an ace here. Look at that. And a little bit of a pat on the back there for Carly Knight. So Walpole extending their lead. Norwood, has shown a little bit of extra burst here in the last bit, but they're kind of running out of time in this match. And that'll continue to not bode well for them. Another ace for Carly Knight.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ace. Really kind of handcuffed her there.
Norwood's going to go to the bench here. Looks like they'll get a substitution. That's Kim Laya wearing number 0, as she will come in and replace Izzy Morgan. Kim, for a couple of years, was Norwood's libero. I wouldn't be surprised to see her maybe playing libero at some point later today. Figueredo got the start there here on senior night, but she is certainly a reliable passer, that is Laya. Brady sends it over. Here's a set for the outside. They'll go to Gallivan again, and she connects. Kind of played off the block there as Norwood had Tuma and Curran coming over. Hit both of their fingertips and fell in right in front of Colleen Brady. And it's another 6-point lead for Walpole as they can start to taste it. And the referee calls a whistle here. And it looks like Norwood was just able to get a timeout in. So a little bit of confusion for a moment, but Mike, not a surprise to see Norwood, with Walpole 4 points away from clinching the first game, decide to take a bit of a breather here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been well played so far, right? Not very, very few mistakes. A lot of well-placed shots. That's really the story, right?
Norwood and Walpole volleyball goes way back. This is a rivalry that has been brewing for years. We were saying earlier it's nice to see Walpole back on the schedule. Norwood, for a number of years, made a couple big runs in the tournament. I was happy to be on the coaching staff with Coach Nimblett, Coach Alpistoli. Now Mrs. Stein here at the high school was part of that crew for a while. Took down some big teams. But during that run, Norwood had a shot to win the Bay State Conference title. It was basically a winner-take-all game against Walpole. This was probably maybe 2016 or something like that. Down at Elm Street School, where the Walpole team has their home game, Walpole beat us in 5 sets. So I said to Coach Nimblett as we were getting ready to do this game, there's some unfinished business tonight. Right. He said, absolutely, Joe. So you got to know the Norwood team is ready. And they come out of that timeout strong. Right. Nice work to get Abby Curran set up as she's able to finish it.
That's a great environment down there at that Elm Street School, too, isn't it?
I was telling Coach Nimblett I have some nightmares about Elm Street School. It gets so loud there. Right. The way you get that small elementary school gymnasium. I guess Halloween this time of year, a little nightmare on Elm Street. Norwood hoping to correct that in years future. Either way, it's always fun to be part of a rivalry. Sophia Tuma is on the serve now for Norwood. And Marin Gallivan, she just finds kills wherever she's at, huh?
Yeah, she's leaving her mark. She is leaving her mark for sure here, even in the early going.
So Walpole, at least for the moment, will have their libero out, while number 16, Briella Clinton, serves. Clinton's serve goes right to Kim Laya. Nice play by Kim, who came off the bench a couple points ago. A little bit of a push pass there from Brady. And now Walpole will go to the near side. Dug out nicely again by Laya. Tuma for Brady, and a little bit of a miss hit. I bet Colleen wants that one back, but Walpole will take it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the areas that you see the coach emphasizing with the girls here. You know, they looking to get more out of those outside hitter positions for Norwood, right?
Norwood will have to scramble for this one. Oh, Laya somehow gets it over. It went off the basketball net. But Norwood still alive here in this one. Comes from Frigarito, who settles it. Tuma has to work. Now to the near side, and Loud puts it in and gets the kill. Oh, a big play for Norwood. The combination of Laya and Figueredo kept things alive. Tuma with some great hustle to get the setup, and Olivia Loud is able to deliver the blow to put Norwood within 6.
Olivia Loud, of course, the senior.
Loud now with a serve. It's a good one. Oh, and it eats up number 3, Dory Rizzo, and the Norwood bench, Mike. Starting to get some momentum now.
Yeah, you can feel the swing. There's no doubt. It's very clear.
Norwood volleyball playing a game that doesn't have a clock. Till you get that bench into it, you never know. Another good serve from Loud. That's a deep one. The set here will have to be bumped over by number 14. Tuma goes to the outside again. And, I think they're going to call her for a violation. It's a double hit against Tuma. And that puts Norwood's back truly up against the wall, 24-18. So who else, Mike, will be at the line to serve it?
Exactly.
It's Marin Gallivan as the gym starts to get a bit loud. Gallivan comes to Brady, who does it, to number 16, Loud, who digs it up. This one goes out of bounds, and Norwood keeps it alive. And now they got to be perfect at the line, and it'll be Abby Curran who's tasked with doing it. Norwood is down 5. 25 points will win the game. Curran a deep serve. Gallivan gets out of the way, and dodgeball works there for Walpole. They will take the first set. That one was dangerous, but Curran's serve was a little long, and it is 1-0 to the Timberwolves in this best of 5.
Great crowd here tonight, Joe. You can see a really well-attended, loud student section. This is great. That was a good warm-up set for both teams, right? I think you're going to see both teams play better as we move into set number 2 here.
Hey, kind of get warmed up a little bit there, and we saw Norwood kind of feeling some of that energy out towards the end. Be interesting to see what Coach Niblet does now. He started all of his seniors, the 4 of them, Figueredo, Tuma, Loud, and Brady. We know Brady's going to kind of remain in there as a captain, but it could be a little flux. Coach Niblet was talking to us about some of his underclassmen who have performed really well. Obviously, we mentioned Brenna Forbes, but wouldn't be surprised to get some sophomores in there as well.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, for sure. You know, and like we said, there's a lot of surgical shots. You know, there weren't a lot of misplayed balls. So it will be interesting to see. This is what good teams do this time of year. You know, they're very surgical in their placement, right?
So there is the Walpole team talking things over with head coach Zach Okolovich. Apologies to Zach if we're pronouncing the name wrong, but thanks to him for helping us out with some rosters before the game. And you're seeing these wonderful shots courtesy of our all Norwood crew here at NCM. Isla Wilson and Abby Fortier are doing a great job kind of giving you these views. Danielle DeMattia, who was in the booth with me and Joey O'Connor calling girls soccer. Danielle did such a great job, and now she is directing us today. And, of course, Ron Marshalsea, Kiki Thaxter. Doesn't feel like that long ago that they were both walking the halls of Norwood High School themselves.
That is for sure. Yeah, 2 great NHS alums. So happy for all the NCM team. Congrats to Kiki, too. I believe she just came up on her first year anniversary. Congrats to you, a first anniversary here with NCM, Kiki. You're doing an amazing job. Kudos to you.
She has been such a valuable addition. Crazy that she's only been here a year, right, and yet has contributed in so many ways. So we are, I guess, the Norwood transplants, Mike, amongst the NCM crew today. So you see the Norwood team on the right side of your screen talking things over. Coach Niblet is right there. It's a strong Norwood coaching crew, too. Lauren Plasko is wearing the blue just to the left of the team, and Katie Mellon. Those 2 played under Coach Niblet, went to Norwood High School. Courtney Beauregard in the hat down there is in her second year teaching at the high school. So certainly a crew that is crucial for the developmental progress of this program. And there's Courtney getting into it. She's ready to go for set 2. Certainly bringing some energy.
Good stuff. Yeah, so many great NHS alumnus down there giving something back to their community, right?
Katie Mellon was getting into that in the freshman game. I went down. I said, looks like you've got my old post coaching the freshmen. She's having a great time doing it. And the freshmen looked really good. I tell you, they had a strong libero down there. They were going point for point with Walpole, and it was a pretty enthusiastic atmosphere, not only in that game, but also JV that Coach Blasco has done a great job now for a while with.
Yeah, she has. So great to see Lauren out there.
So it looks like Norwood will change things up a little bit as Abby Kern and Kim Laya are doing some kind of pregame ritual out there. Kim's going to start this game as the libero, so I think we'll see Julia Figueredo wearing number 3 in a white jersey, and Kim Laya, who you saw wearing number 0 in set 1, will now wear number 2 and will be the libero. So Coach Nomblette maybe pushing a couple different buttons to start this game. He's got Brady, Izzy Morgan, Brenna Forbes, Sophia Tuma, Olivia Loud, and Kim Laya rounding out his group. And it'll be Kira Brennan, number 20, to kick things off for the Timberwolves.
And again, these two teams match up really well physically. You know, I don't think there's any big height advantage for either team. It's going to come down to those skill positions, right?
Comes right to Tuma off the bat here. And a back row attack from Laya. Oh, she certainly likes those. You don't see a whole lot of back row attacks, especially in the high school game, but Laya maybe getting some big eyes and hitting it hard here. What goes a little bit long. First point goes to Walpole.
Kim Laya, of course, only a junior, but she's played a lot of great volleyball for the Mustangs.
Yeah, she was a starter as a freshman. And excuse me, I think I said a moment ago that Izzy Morgan was in the starting group. That is number 4, Maddie Lyons, playing outside.
And Maddie Lyons has been playing some great ball as well.
Ooh, she has been. First time I saw Maddie play when she was a freshman was my first year not coaching, and I was so impressed. I said, "Who is this that's just killing it as on the JV level as a freshman?" And Maddie did a heck of a job. Norwood will go to the bench again here. Sarah Randall will come in early wearing number 20. So nice to see Sarah getting some time. So I tell you, we were curious if Coach Nomblette would go with a different look. And already he's played 2 girls who maybe didn't get a lot of action in game 1. But that combination of Lyons and Randall are going to be instrumental here in game 2. Comes out for Laya. Brady sets up, a little bit of miscommunication there, as Lyons is right there along with Forbes. And we hear a whistle. Norwood will take a point in a Walpole violation.
They're playing pretty evenly so far. It's the first time we've seen Maddie Lyons at the serve.
So Lyons here with number 4. She's a junior captain. So I tell you, to be a captain as a junior says a lot about not only her playing, but her leadership skills.
Indeed.
Laya sets up Randall, who'll try a push pass. Almost found some room there in the middle of the court. And Kira Brennan will send it over. To the outside. Here's Loud with a strong attack. But didn't quite get enough topspin on it as it sails out of bounds. And Olivia wants that one back based on the reaction.
I'd say that's a between set adjustment that we just saw, Joe. You know, more attacking from the outside hitter position, less in the middle. I'm sure Coach Nims was talking about that in between sets.
I'm sure that's going to continue, especially with Lyons, who is a strong outside in her own right. Brennan sets up here. She was looking to connect with Gallivan, who had a strong first game, but can't quite do it. And Norwood still even with Walpole here in the early going, 3-3.
Yeah, excellent job by number 20, Sarah Randall out there, the sophomore, the outside hitter.
So here is Brenna Forbes, Norwood's extremely strong freshman, the only freshman on the roster for the Mustangs. And Norwood will take another point, and they'll take their first lead here in this second game, as it's a bit of a miss hit from number 12, Charlotte Stasinski. So Forbes continuing here on the serve. It's a nice deep serve that goes right to the middle of the court there, and right near the net and dunking it home is Abby Kern. She takes a bit of a shove there from Olivia Loud. Can you tell that Olivia is pumped up on senior night, Mike?
I love it. I love it. Excellent job by Abby there, the junior. She can dominate in the middle.
Abby using that height to her advantage. Forbes here sends it to the libero. Nice play by Harrington for Walpole. Bit of a double block for Norwood as Randall and Curran went up together. Randall initially blocked it, but again, if you block a ball, that doesn't count as a contact on your team. So Randall kind of had to turn around quickly and then pop it back up in the air. She didn't quite do it, but that's certainly a hard task to do based on instinct.
Absolutely.
Figueredo sends it over on one here to the outside for Gallivan, but before she's able to attack, it is a violation called against Walpole, and Norwood now takes a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it was a good strong serve by number 8, Carly Knight, there for the Timberwolves. So the serve comes back to the Mustangs.
And Norwood will go with a substitution on that. It'll be Sophia Tuma, who played, I believe, the entirety of game 1. She'll now re-enter in the back row for Sarah Randall. It's a nice job off the bench from the sophomore Randall for Norwood. Tuma's serve is a short one, but sometimes those can be tricky. And the attack from number 14, Sydney Bissonette, goes long, and Norwood, Mike, coming out firing here in game 2. They've got a 3-point lead.
Yeah, I love it. You know, they're really playing mistake-free ball, right? They're letting those long ones go. Let's get on a roll here.
Tuma once again on the serve. This one a little bit deeper than before. Comes to Gallivan. Bit of an awkward play for her. And I tell you, that shorter serve seems to be giving Walpole some fits here, as Norwood currently has them doubled up 8-4.
Yeah, the Timberwolves look a little, they've kind of lost their groove out there in the middle.
Comes the serve again. It's a short one, but this one a little bit too short, as Tuma was threatening to go on a run, but she'll send it right back for Walpole. It's number 16, Briella Clinton, now will serve for the Timberwolves. The 6-9 Walpole Timberwolves, ranked number 14 in Division II. This is a team that should be heading on to postseason play. And it's a big opportunity for Norwood as they take another point here, and they go up 9-5.
That's great.
Look at the way Maddie Lyons comes off that bench. There's a lot of energy right now for Norwood. Julia Figueredo, who had just subbed in a couple moments ago. We'll talk things over with Coach Lauren Plasko on the sideline. Good serve there from Olivia Loud, and give the senior an ace on senior night.
Yeah, that was a beautiful serve by Olivia Loud, as you said.
And that'll force a timeout for Walpole, so they'll take a minute break here. Norwood up 10-5. Mike, it was Walpole that consistently had the lead in game 1, but the tide seems to be turning here in game 2. Norwood playing to the crowd's momentum here in game 2.
Yeah, you can see Coach Nims, you know, nobody's better at it than him, right? He watched the first set, knew where some adjustments needed to be made, you know, who would help out better in certain situations, and that's exactly what he's done.
You're getting to see some replays courtesy of our NCM crew. A combination of Kiki Thaxter, Ron Marshalsea, and Danielle DeMattia directing that for you. Tell you, they always do such a great job. I love that little replay screen as it comes on in. There's always something new here at NCM. We just talk about it, but they figure out all the technology that I don't think they would want us touching.
Well, I have to tell you, I am their #1 live streamer. I am their most faithful live streamer. Every Friday night, I'm sitting in front of the live stream there watching the beautiful broadcast, all the games. So, you know, it's just constant growth, right? You talk about a growth mindset for NCM. They're constantly improving, constantly growing, so kudos to NCM.
A little bit of a push pass from Lyons. Ooh, she almost found some room in the back corner. It was a nice play moments ago from Olivia Loud to keep it kind of in the air. Actually, I believe it was Sophia Tuma. But either way, Walpole will come away with a point. Nice job by the Timberwolves coming out of that timeout strong.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was a good rebound. Good rebound.
So Marin Gallivan, somebody Norwood has gotten to know well here in the early part of this contest. She is dangerous with the serve. Nice first pass there from Tuma, and Maddie Lyons with a strong kill.
There you go.
Great set from Brady, and Lyons brings it home. That's how they draw it up.
That's what was missing in the first set, right? Those strong outside hit positions. Beautiful job by Maddie.
Tell you, a lot of times from being in the huddle with Coach Nimblett, he preaches that first pass. And although Lyons is the one that brings it home, and the set was beautiful from Colleen Brady, it was that first pass by Sophia Tuma that really set things up there. Harrington from the back row. Again to Tuma for a first pass. Can they do it again? Lyons almost got the kill, but Harrington puts it up. So now Walpole on the attack. Oh, it just goes out of bounds.
Yep, beautiful. That's a great sequence, right? Tuma to Brady to Maddie Lyons. Set up that outside hit.
If you can do it, keep it rolling for Norwood. That trio has been fantastic. So Laya now on the serve. Sneaks it just out.
Just out.
Tell you, we have a great perspective here, Mike, from our vantage point, and it's still tough to see it. Credit to the referees. The MIAA always sends their best, and they do such a great job on some of these tough calls.
Yes, they do.
I think they got both of them right, at least from our perspective.
And again, the discipline of the Stangs, letting those ones that are out of bounds go. Good job by Maddie.
And Norwood again featuring the rotation here. Sarah Randall, a sophomore who was instrumental in getting Norwood that early lead, will re-enter the game, at least in a moment, replacing Sophia Tuma. And there's Colleen Brady, the two-time senior captain, looking to close out her Norwood High School career on a strong note here over this next week or so. And she'll collect an ace in the process. So Brady, who's always reliable, serving it over a 90% clip, now showing a little firepower. That one was tough to handle for the Timberwolves.
Pretty amazing, 90+%. That's something to be proud of.
And I know you always talk about how great Colleen is in the classroom as well for you. So really kind of defining that student-athlete role here.
She really is, every single day. Another thing that, a lot of people don't know, but she also, when there's elementary, STEM nights in the community, she's out volunteering her time at those. So she is a leader in every way. Kudos to Colleen and all her great teammates on this team, right? This is a special group of girls.
For sure. And this one just goes a little bit outside. If you caught that last play, I know our screen went out for a moment, but if you caught that last play, Sarah Randall looked like she had it land in bounds. Now she delivers a strong hit here. But she was outside of that red and white antenna that you're seeing, and that's why they called the violation against her. But Norwood responds strongly, 15-10, and they'll send now Maddie Lyons to the service line.
Boy, Sarah Randall is a force out there, isn't she? Only a sophomore.
So here is Lyons now. Strong serve from her. Almost eats up number 16 for Walpole. Now trying to dunk it home is Forbes wearing number 12. Bit of a back row attack. Lyons plays it over to Brady, and the attack here from Lau. Got a pretty good rally going on. Oh, Brady dives short. Laya almost keeps it up. Great effort from Norwood setter and libero there, but it falls for Walpole, and Norwood's lead is now down to 4.
Excellent, excellent ball. Everybody's laying out for those, right?
So Julia Figueredo will re-enter the game for Norwood. Julia played libero in her first game. She was wearing the black jersey, which you see Kim Laya doing now. And a nice job there as Norwood kind of dunks it in. Doesn't need to be the strongest hit for a kill. They'll take it anyway.
Colleen, the KG veteran, right? Putting it where they're not.
So Kim Laya will sub out here for Norwood, as Norwood will turn the serve over to Brenna Forbes. Strong serve from Forbes as it comes on a line, but it's handled nicely by Starlet Stasinski. Walpole unable to connect. Mike, Norwood has maintained this lead now for a while, and with the score at 17-11, they seem to be kind of closing in on something right now.
Yeah, they're playing really good volleyball as a team. They're just doing a great job.
I'll tell you, this serve from Forbes, it comes off her hand so strong. I thought that one might tip over the net and kind of roll on over, but she didn't quite get it there. 17-12 now. So Walpole will hand the serve to Carly Knight. Strong serve from Carly, and Norwood, somehow almost gets that up. Was it Figueredo that just came to that kind of defended herself? And Sarah Randall almost was able to collect that last hit. So here's Knight again coming off a strong serve. Beautiful pass from Laya. The set now for Randall as she almost finds some room there on the far side. Coming to the middle of the court. Laya once again, great form from her. Abby Kern will send it over. Ooh, nice communication from Walpole as Kern almost hugged the back line.
Yeah, that combination, of the middle and the right outside hitter with Abby and Sarah Randall, that has really paid some dividends for the Mustangs. I'd like to see more of that, Joe.
So Norwood will talk things over here. And interesting, you're kind of seeing number 13, Abby Kern, off to the side. That's a lot of experience between Courtney Beauregard, who was a strong attacker, I believe, at Stoughton. In her own right, Katie Mellon, who was a captain and played a lot of middle for Norwood, and Lauren Plasko, who's got experience as a setter. So I tell you, you got a trio of coaches and some really good experience coaching Abby. And there's Walpole, kind of going with the the old circular strategy in the timeout as we see a shot of the nice scoreboard we've got here at Nola Johnson Court. Walpole has tightened this game up a bit, Mike.
Yeah, they have. You know, it's all about those streaks this time of year, this time of the set. It's all about those streaks, right?
And the Walpole cheer is getting a little bit loud. Say, it came in today and it was a pretty packed gym.
It was.
This is not a team that had to travel 45 minutes to an hour to get here, as you might get with Hopkinton or Ashland or the likes of that. Walpole 10 minutes down the road, and their fans have turned up just as well as Norwood's. Brady pulls it off the net. Nice play. Oh, I thought Norwood almost found some room along the back row. Good reaction there from Randall. Curran sets up Brady, a little bit of a reverse the way it normally goes. And they're going to call a double hit there. Not sure if, I think that was on Brady on the push pass.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So 17-15 now. Norwood starting to get in a little bit of trouble. They were on cruise control for a while, up 6. But now Carly Knight has given them fits on the serve. Norwood will have to settle for a free ball. And a little miscommunication as Brady and Randall wasn't sure who was going to take it. And now you're starting to see some nervousness setting in for Coach Nimblett. Walpole's within 1. So here's Knight again on the serve. Walpole is now tied.
Carly Knight very strong on that serve. The bottom just falls out of that as it goes over the net.
So it'll be big for the back row here. Norwood has from left to right Kim Laya, Julia Figueredo, and Olivia Loud. They'll have to get a good first pass up. Loud gets up an excellent one at the front of the net. Curran dunks it home. Great first pass from Loud. Wonderful set by Brady. And Curran is able to deliver to give Norwood a 1-point lead.
Yeah, good job, girls.
So
Abby is very steady there in the middle.
Substitution for Norwood as we wait for the acknowledgement from the officials. Sophia Tuma will re-enter the game. Sophia's serve, even though it might not head all the way to the back line, was giving Walpole some fits earlier. Let's see if that continues. She goes right to that same spot to Marin Gallivan, but a nice pass from Marin is able to set up Walpole, and they collect a kill on the near side from number 16, Briella Clinton.
Yeah, Briella Clinton has had a good afternoon for the Timberwolves as well. Very steady out there.
So Clinton now will go to the line after collecting that kill. 18-18 on the scoreboard. Comes right to Figueredo. Good pass from her on the tough serve. And Loud. Oh, did she sneak the kill in? No, they say it just went wide. Mike, I didn't know maybe if it got a fingertip going over the net as Walpole was close to getting a hand on it. Either way, strong-looking attack from Loud that almost found its way in.
Yes, it was.
So here's Clinton again with Walpole now in the lead. Laya with a good pass. Brady tried to dunk it home. And Walpole looks like we'll have to settle for a bump over. Laya for Brady to the middle position. Curran once again trying to dunk it in. And Abby has been quite effective doing that. It's another kill for the junior, and we're back to knotted up at 19.
This is a really good matchup. Two excellent teams out there.
So Norwood will go with a substitution. Figueredo checks out, and Maddie Lyons now checks back into the game. Maddie has a strong attack from the outside. It wouldn't be a surprise to see Norwood go to her. Here's an attack for number 4 for Walpole. Curran sets up Lyons this time. Good spot from Maddie right in the middle of the court. Jordan now back for number 4, Leah Mulligan. Good pass from the back row. Curran almost tried to dunk it in again. She's been so successful there. Good scramble from Walpole. And Coach Nimblett was on that one. He was saying it went outside the antenna. The referees agree. They give the point to Norwood.
And the Stangs take the lead by 1, right?
Back and forth this game. The Norwood bench getting excited. And here's Olivia Loud on the serve. Another good serve from her. She's been strong on the service line. Nice play from Kate Jordan to pull it off. Lyons able to dig it. Now she'll send over a bump. Opportunity for Walpole to set up an attack. They go to Gallivan, and she delivers. 20-20 thanks to Marin Gallivan, who's collected a number of kills on the day so far, and she continues to roll.
She's had a busy and very productive afternoon. And back at the serve.
How often do you see that? Somebody gets a strong kill and they're right back to the line to serve it up. Brady comes to Curran. Abby's been trying that little dump a whole lot, but this time Walpole puts it away, and it's not Gallivan this time. It's number 12, Charlotte Stasinski, who's able to give a 1-point lead to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, Charlotte has had a very good afternoon as well, right? She's like a surgeon out there.
Serve comes to Olivia Loud. Good pass. Oh, Brady tries to do something sneaky and kind of put it over her back there. And Norwood gets the double block up, but they'll say it's a bit of a carry on them. That double block of Brady and Curran got up pretty quickly. And Coach Niblet with his team down 2 will call a timeout.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just, you know, the Timberwolves made some excellent shots there, right? You know, very evenly played. This has been an outstanding set.
So a 1 minute timeout. Norwood using their second of the I believe their second of the contest. We don't quite have the tracker there for you. As you see Walpole talking things over. Always interesting to see how the team that doesn't call the timeout responds. Walpole's playing pretty well. I have to imagine that Coach Okolovic is saying, hey, keep doing what you're doing. On the Norwood sideline, you see Courtney Beauregard talking things over with Kim Laya about her positioning. Courtney always has some nice positive things to say, and she's got a lot of volleyball experience. Even just talking to her at lunch here at the high school, she knows more volleyball in one bone in her hand than I think I do in my body. So 22-20, it's a lead for Walpole. Norwood was up 6 at one point in this contest, and they'll try to claw back now with Walpole on the doorstep. Nice pass from Tuma that comes to Laya for the set. And Maddie Lyons, ooh, nice play by Harrington. She wasn't sure if it was going in or out. Sophia Tuma with the pass. Kim Laya once again on the set. Comes for Lyons, trying to find some room. Walpole's been great defensively. Number 14 for Walpole is Bissonnette. Now to the middle. Curran once again takes something off it. And, ooh, a little bit of a stumble there. Wasn't quite sure what happened as Walpole took a misstep. That was number 4, Leah Mulligan on that one. Norwood will take it regardless, but thankfully it looks like Leah's okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see more opportunities for Maddie Lyons in that outside hitter position. She's played fantastic.
Strong serve there from Kim Laya to hopefully usher in another point for Norwood. Let's see if they can get it. Brady near the net. No, she is rejected. And it's Leah Mulligan. Short memory for Leah as she dunks it home and denies Colleen Brady the chance at the net. So a 2-point lead here after that joust, and it comes to Mulligan. The serve, oh, she goes right at the middle, and it goes off the arm of Olivia Loud, and Walpole is now one away.
Again, you know, another dying serve there as it came over the net. Bottom falling out of that, tough to defend.
So the Walpole fans can smell it. Here's the serve from Bissonnette. It comes for Tuma and then for Brady. And it'll be Lyons who finds some room and gives Norwood some life.
Again, great leadership there by number 4, right? She's a force out there.
So Maddie Lyons, who has been able to show off her strong arm with some big-time hits, now takes something off of it and connects in a big moment. 24-22, and now Norwood will have to be perfect from the line if they want to kind of push this game forward. But who else? It'll be Colleen Brady to step on up to see if she can do it.
Golden opportunity.
The 2-year senior captain here on her senior night against crosstown rival Walpole. The serve is a good one. Comes right at the libero Harrington. Brennan sets it up. Carrington with the back row attack. Played nicely by Laya. Comes for Lyons. She goes with the overhand hit. Back to Harrington again and for Brennan. And now Walpole puts it up. Loud with a bit of an emergency ball. Gets it over. They'll go to the outside again. Will the Timberwolves. Block nicely at the net. And this one hits the net at the top of kind of that net that's hanging down. And Walpole will collect the point. And they will win game 2. Oh, it's a tough way to lose that last point there, Mike.
It's about what you expect to see this time of year, right? You know, very good serves, excellent outside hitter play, good defense. I cannot understand how Colleen Brady gets to most of those balls, but she does. It is just amazing how she covers that middle.
Well, Norwood will talk things over. They had a really strong start to that second game. Walpole ultimately coming away and taking it. So now if you're Norwood, your back is up against the wall. It's a best of 5. So if Walpole wins the next one, that'll be all she wrote. And for Norwood, who is currently ranked number 34 in the power rankings, this is kind of do or die in these moments, as they will really need a strong showing either here or against Holliston, who they'll be playing next, or against Sharon in their last game of the season if they want to creep into those playoffs.
Right, those opportunities are there now with the power ranking system if you play well, down that stretch, but you do have to get it done. While we have a minute, Joe, I wanted to give a very special shout out to some of the girls who are actually playing tonight on this great volleyball team. But we had a wonderful project that took place last month here in Norwood. It was actually funded by the Global Citizenship Program here at Norwood High School, a program that we're very proud of. And a group of girls, 4 NHS girls, along with myself and some of their parents and guardians, actually built the beautiful community greenhouse, which is now, it's actually built. It's down by the Coakley Middle School there, right across from the Norwood Community Garden. And you can see the pictures. Look how beautiful that is.
Wow.
Want to give a shout out to these 4 senior girls who did this. It was Bridget Sopel and Julia Pereira, as well as Julia Figueredo and Sophie Tuma. 2 of those 4 girls playing right here on the volleyball team. They did an amazing job. I also want to give a shout out to some of the other volunteers who helped out. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Sopel, an amazing, father and mother team who worked alongside their own daughter in building this beautiful community greenhouse. He was our project leader, Mr. Sopel, and he was fantastic. Also want to give our thanks to Mr. Figueredo and Mr. Reyes, also from Norwood High School, and also Miss Olinsky and her husband, Mike. Thank you to everybody. We worked together for combination of 4. It's 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays. We were out there at 10 a.m. The sun was shining. It was beautiful. Building the community greenhouse for the community, and it's there now. One other side note, we're going to get so much good collaboration and other opportunities out of this. But also our senior, Dan Martin, is going to actually put gutters and a rain catchment system on that, as well as a solar power system for his Eagle Scout project. So, wow. Mr. Pinola, we have so many things going on here at the school on the hill. Kudos to everybody who was involved, and a big shout out, big thank you to NCM for getting that on there at halftime.
Tell you, that looks incredible. Looks professionally done, and shout out to that group of 4 girls, and nice to see 2 of them right here on the volleyball court with Julia Figueredo and Sophia Tuma. So
yep. They did all the work. They handled all the tools. They were fantastic.
So certainly we know they're athletes. We know they're students. Obviously now getting involved with the community. That's those 4 A's.
That's right.
That Mr. Yusevich always used to talk about, right?
It is, yeah. Very important to us. That's who we are, right? Our portrait of the graduate.
4A way. That's right. So here we go. We're starting off game 3 of this best of 5 set between Norwood and Walpole, and Norwood starts it off on a good note. Who else at the service line but Colleen Brady, and Norwood is able to dunk it home.
Yeah, I think the girls are ready. I think the Norwood girls are ready for a real strong set right here now.
So that last game certainly got away from them, and this game hoping not to do the same. Nice play by Walpole off the net. Laya takes charge. Here she'll go to Brady in the back row. Nice dig by Harrington for Walpole. Comes out for Gallivan, and she's unable to connect. Sarah Randall was there at the net. Nice to see Sarah Randall getting a start here. So Norwood will go with another different look. Sarah Randall wearing number 20. Brenna Forbes is number 12. We've got Maddie Lyons, number 4 out there. Number 8 is Colleen Brady. Number 2, who just played that ball, is Kim Laya. And number 9, Izzy Morgan, who we saw in game 1 but not in game 2, is back out there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's a great mix. And again, one of the challenges, Joe, because you coach the sport at the high school level, but you want to win today if you can. You keep growing the girls, for future years. But Coach Nims does a great job.
And also kind of keeping things close. There's a strong block. Wow, Briella Clinton. She shows up for that one. But also keeping it close. If you lose, a game 3-2 versus 3-0, that's a difference in the power rankings. And considering that Walpole is higher up in the power rankings than Norwood, a loss doesn't necessarily doom Norwood at all. But a 3-0 loss wouldn't do them any favors. So this is certainly a very big set for them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's as you said, that's the strength of the power ranking system, right?
Yeah, gone are the days that it's just simply based on your record. Tell you, there was years and years that Norwood would get in, head on out to play some of those strong teams out on the Cape, and come away with a long bus ride home. But now you never know where you're going. In fact, I think it was last year, I forget which sport, but I think Pittsfield played against Nantucket, so about as long a drive as you can make. Nice to see some different schools coming in.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And a great serve there by Maddie Lyons. There we are, Joe.
Yeah, welcome inside our booth.
We made it on the live stream. We made it on the live stream.
Absolutely. And thanks to our wonderful crew. You see Abby Fortier right behind me and Isla Wilson doing a great job keeping some shots of the scoreboard for you. As we turn our attention back to the action here. 4-3, Norwood currently with the lead. And this one, did it touch the line? I think it did, Mike.
It did.
Yep,
yes,
the referees agree. Normally, as a broadcaster, you are far away when you're on the football field, the soccer field, to get that experience. I think we had the best seat in the house to make that call.
Yes, we did.
And the referee agreed with us, thankfully. So Maddie Lyons now will head to the service line. Interesting to kind of see where Maddie is serving from. And it's a strong serve to the back line. It finds its way in. That is a beautiful serve from the junior that energizes the team. And Norwood currently doubling up Walpole 6-3.
I want to give a little shout out because, as you said, we have bird's eye view here, but our official is doing a fantastic job
They've
today
been spot on
those really close ones.
Yeah, I don't think he's missed a call, at least on my book.
Same here.
We got to get one of those, like, you know how they do umpire scorecards for Major League Baseball? We got to get a referee scorecards because this guy seems to be batting 100%.
He is for sure.
Nice dig there from Laya. Oh, somehow Norwood almost keeps it up. I think it was a reactionary move from Maddie Lyons. Izzy Morgan came in to almost send it over, but that's a great play from the Norwood libero to at least get a ball up that looks like it was completely dead in the water.
She is fantastic, Kim Laya.
They come right back at her, and another great pass. Now they'll go to Sarah Randall on the near side. Comes for Jordan. And the back row, Harrington gives it over for number 14, Bissonette. Play near the front of the net. Oh, fancy footwork from Brenna Forbes there as she's able to keep herself in bounds. And Walpole, did they sneak it through? No, it goes out of bounds, and good dodgeball skills from Julia Figueredo, who somehow avoids it. Norwood will collect the point.
Love it. Love it. So it's a 3-point game, right?
So that will send Brenna Forbes to the line. I think the NBA fan in me wants to call her Bryn Forbes, the former San Antonio Spurs, so hopefully I'm not making the mistake there. Or maybe current Spur or Milwaukee Buck. My NBA fans watching this will have to correct me on that one. But a beautiful serve from her that's able to kind of scoop that line. And Norwood still doubling up Walpole. It's 8-4 now.
And again, only a freshman. She's a right hitter.
She has a strong serve, a strong attack. She's going to be a good player for a number of years here at the school on the hill. There's a little bit of a push pass from Sydney Bissonette to the outside. Returning the favor on the push is Izzy Morgan, but hers goes out of bounds, and Walpole collects the point. So Walpole will now go with Bissonette on the line. They've got Bissonette, Gallivan, and Harrington along the back row, do the Timberwolves. And Morgan will test that back row with a push pass. Delivering it home is number 16. That's Briella Clinton. Some good rally going on here early. Brady gets out of the way for Laya. Now she'll attack from the back row. And look at that cross-court shot from Colleen Brady. Give the kill to Norwood center. That's a big one, Mike.
Love it. Surgical. And again, a big shout out to Izzy Morgan as well, playing some great ball out there. Izzy Morgan, the junior.
Couple of substitutions. Walpole will get Sophia Tuma in the game in just a moment. There comes Sophia as she replaces Sarah Randall. And for Walpole, I think that was number 8, Carly Knight, who has re-entered the game for them, getting ready to play in that outside hitter position. So here's Tuma with a 9-5 advantage on senior night. Good serve from Sophia. That comes right to Stasinski. Back row for, a little miscommunication. Norwood almost lost it. Somehow they salvage it. Morgan now gets it over, and back for Walpole, who's able to eat up Laya on that one. And Norwood's lead is now only 3.
A lot of mustard on that one. A lot of mustard on that one.
You'll see a shot of Walpole's coach, Zach Okulovich. Nice to see these two coaches between Zach and Coach Niblet. They really get involved in the way the teams play. They're not just sitting there on the sidelines telling people what to do. They're getting involved in coaching, positioning, helping these girls learn as they play. And we know Coach Niblet has been doing it for a number of years at Norwood, and Zach's been doing it for a number of years now across town in Walpole.
Yeah, 2 excellent coaches.
Comes for Julia Figueredo. For Tuma. Oh, nice job by Brady. I think that ball sailed over the basketball hoop, and she kept her eyes on it the whole way. A double block in the net. Almost gets it for Norwood. Good work from Izzy Morgan pulling it off the net. And now Morgan attempts the kill on the outside. Here is number 12. Ooh, that was a strong hit from Stasinski, but it goes a little bit long. Point for Norwood.
And again, the influence of Abby Curran in the middle, she really makes the Timberwolves have to rethink things when she is out there, Joe.
Yeah, they certainly had to hit it a little bit differently to get around her hand. And you see Coach Zach for Walpole saying you got to get a little more top spin on it. Almost snap your hand there at the end. And there is Abby Curran. Mike, you were just talking about it. She collects a kill there on that dump. So Curran, wearing number 13, was ready to go. And now Izzy Morgan. Izzy and Abby have been playing together for a number of years now, both juniors here on this Norwood roster. It's a strong junior class for Norwood, along obviously with Maddie Lyons, who's one of the captains. And Norwood gets another point here.
Yeah, Izzy, good job watching that one go, right?
So Norwood rolling a little bit, but I tell you, Mike, we saw this last game. They were rolling in the middle of the contest and kind of let things get away with them. Let's see if they're able to kind of tighten things up here and extend that lead. Walpole goes to the near side, just out of bounds. Mike, I tell you, I think the referee got it right again.
I think he did. He did. Yeah, the Timberwolves very strong here in this set and also the previous one from those outside hitter positions.
If you happen to be watching us from another conference in Massachusetts, you may notice that some other conferences go with line judges, where each team will supply maybe an underclassman who's on the JV or freshman team, and they'll be tasked with using a flag to indicate in or out. Tell you, the Tri-Valley League puts a lot on their referees, making them make the call themselves, but these referees seem very much up for the task. They've had a great game. And we see a timeout. Walpole takes one, and Norwood goes into this timeout pretty excited, up 7.
That's a pretty big lead. That's a pretty big lead, right? That's the biggest lead that we've seen so far, so just keep playing a mistake-free ball.
Norwood has a couple of games left. They take on Holliston. Holliston has been a team that has really been on the rise lately. They changed over their coaching staff a couple of years ago. In fact, one of the coaches there was someone who I played with a number of years ago, and they've been quite successful. And a Sharon team, who is a Hockomock League opponent, is who Norwood will close out their season with.
Yep, the very strong schedule. Very strong schedule. And again, with the power ranking system, do the best you can, play the best ball you can, and see what happens, right?
Sharon, the team that I believe Coach Beauregard, Norwood's assistant coach, was coaching for a couple of years. If I have that right, I think she was at Sharon. But I don't think that's the reason Sharon's on the schedule. Norwood and Sharon have kind of played a home and home for a while now.
They have, yeah.
In fact, usually Sharon has been Norwood's senior night. But that seems to not be the case this year. Not a surprise that Walpole is on the list there.
Yeah, it's a lot of good volleyball between those two programs for a long time.
Ooh, Norwood gets a break there as a violation is called against Walpole. Walpole had set things up really well. It looks like they were going to collect the point, but Norwood will take it.
So Izzy Morgan doing a great job of lifting up the Stangs here, the junior.
Let's see if Izzy can keep her service run going. She goes right to the middle of the court as it finds the arms of Kira Brennan. Harrington sets up number 4 on the outside. That's Leah Mulligan. And now Maddie Lyons, Norwood's number 4, almost connects. But a nice job on the block from Walpole to deny her that chance. Laya with a good first pass. Brady tries to dunk it in. Gallivan sends Laya back. Here's a set for the middle. Abby Curran pushes it to the outside and give another kill to number 13. Abby has been fantastic today, and she gets another one.
Yeah, she has ice in her veins out there, doesn't she? She's just a force.
Energizing that Norwood bench. You see that crew getting into it. I think that was Sophia Michaelides, number 6, leading the crew there. Tell you, sometimes that's one of the most important factors of a volleyball team, if your bench can get real into it.
Yeah, there's such tremendous camaraderie. I remember we had a Norwood girls volleyball captain in our house during those years.
That's right.
And it was so much fun, all the pasta dinners and the get-togethers and the car washes and everything else. It was just so much fun. They have great camaraderie.
Ooh, nifty little play there as Norwood gets it over. Look at that. This hit didn't quite look like an attack. But somehow Norwood is able to get the point here, and they're just rolling right now, 17-8, more than doubling the Timberwolves. Kim Laya with a beautiful serve. The gym will hold it, though, as Harrington tries a back row attack. Laya again plays it. Brady tries to dunk it in. Here's the set from Brennan. Walpole almost gets the point. Somehow Tuma keeps it up, and Lyon tried to put it in. Harrington now for number 8. That's Carly Knight. Norwood will go back to Lions again. Good rally we got going on here. Walpole looking to kind of stem the tide, but the double block from Norwood will do it. And Norwood is now up 18-8.
Yeah, I think the Mustang girls have found their balance out there, right? They have excellent defense. They get Maddie out there doing some excellent outside hitting work.
And Kim Laya will be the one on the serve. Ooh, Brendan tried to be sneaky and put it over. And you saw the expression on Kira's face there just a moment ago. She wants that one back. But either way, it's 19-8 Norwood. They've got their biggest lead, the biggest lead any team has had today.
Excellent serve by Kim Laya, too. Nice low one.
Well, Marin Gallivan tries to eat her up, but Kim does a nice job handling it with her hands there. And look at that. Cross court into that back corner. Maddie Lyons gets the kill, and Norwood is just unstoppable at the moment. They're up 12.
This is impressive, Joe. They have really turned it around.
So a Mustang team that dropped the first 2 sets. Walpole is currently the team that's up 2-0, but you wouldn't know it if you just tuned in. Norwood has come out on fire.
Yeah, Kim Laya has given them a tremendous spark, both at the service line and also defensively. She's playing fantastic
Look
ball.
at that footwork from Lyons. Might not have been an attack, but she did a great job keeping it in there. And this hit goes a little bit long off the hand of Leah Mulligan. So 21-8. Norwood continuing to put on a clinic here in game 3. And now the serve from Laya. In a contest that, Mike, we said it before the game, this one could go the full distance. It's starting to have that feel, doesn't it?
That'll be so great.
Beautiful attack there. Lyons gets it again and lets out a roar. Norwood up 22-8. They're playing with momentum. They're playing with energy. Give me all the physics words. They've been great. And Walpole takes a timeout here, trying to stem the tide with Norwood 3 away from a win in set 3.
Yeah, the Timberwolves might be asking for a lot here. That's a tall task. The Norwood girls playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum right now.
I say it a lot of times. When you get a team that has momentum, there is no one who kind of keeps the foot on the gas better than Coach Paul Nimblett. When he's got his team behind him and his team is rolling, it is very hard to get them off their lead, which is what was so surprising about Walpole in Game 2, coming back down 6 when they were down 17-11. But there's Coach Nimblett, looking actually relatively stoic for him, being up as big as he is.
Yeah.
A couple of claps in there. That Norwood coaching staff kind of just trying to ride it out, say, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that the Norwood girls are hitting on all cylinders as well. Kim Lyer's just been so fantastic.
So she'll serve it up here with Norwood 3 points away. It is a gargantuan task for Walpole if they're going to come back in this set, but trying to get some momentum at least heading into a potential set 4. But don't tell Marin Gallivan as she gives that signal, hey, let's keep rolling. She had a number of kills in set 1, was strong in set 2, and now she's certainly keeping that life going for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, big shout out to her. She's fantastic.
Strong serve here that eats up, the combination of Morgan and Tuma, and now miscommunication setting in for Norwood.
And Carly Knight has had a great afternoon as well. Where's number 8 for the Timberwolves? You see her there on the serve.
Yeah, Walpole is wearing their pink jerseys today. Obviously, you've seen that through the whole game. I'm not sure, Mike, if this is related to a fundraiser, if this is maybe the new look they're going with. But either way, kind of neat to see instead of those typical colors.
Right.
And Walpole, after losing that point, as you see some shots of the Norwood seniors and the beautiful banners we have for them, right beneath some of the state champion banners.
They are beautiful.
They'll try to finish it out. Norwood up 13. It's 23-10. And Colleen Brady with maybe one of her strongest serves of the game. Mike, I thought she was going to get an ace on that one.
Yeah, she is leading.
Here's Gallivan. Strong hit from her. Originally goes off a block. And it kind of eats up Brady as she was able to at least get a hand on it. And we see Coach Beauregard, who's been so active in the in-game coaching, right along with Coach Nimblett. Norwood's got a solid coaching staff. Katie Mellon, Lauren Plasko, and Courtney Beauregard from left to right just a moment ago on your screen. And another violation against Norwood. Walpole has got a lot to do to come back, but they're playing with some effort here in the end.
Looks like Brooke Harrington at the serve for the Timberwolves.
Harrington has had some strong back row attacks from the libero spot, and Sarah Randall not quite enough top spin on that. Maybe some concern now setting in as Walpole is 1 point away from making it single digits once again. You're seeing some wonderful shots here at the court thanks to NCM's own Isla Wilson and Abby Fortier. They're doing a great job to our left and to our right. Maddie Lyons with a strong attack there, almost connects. Ooh, emergency ball for Walpole. And the referees say it went outside the antenna. Or maybe a double hit. I didn't quite get the signal, didn't hear a whistle, but either way, Norwood will take it.
So Maddie Lyons.
Can she finish it? Norwood is up 11. Lyons looking to close it out. It's a good serve. That comes right to Walpole's back row. Walpole sends it over with Briella Clinton. Laya now for Brady. And to the middle. And connecting on the kill is Brenna Forbes, the freshman. Norwood wins set 3, and they will force at least a set 4.
What a fantastic set. What a fantastic turnaround. What a great set for the Norwood girls.
A short memory for sure from this Norwood team. We knew it was going to be competitive. Norwood's JV team went 3 games. The freshman team under head coach Katie Mellon also pushed it to 3 games. That was quite an atmosphere in both of those games before we got started.
So no surprise, look at what we had here
Yeah.
in set 3, right? We had very strong serving. We had very strong defense. We had very strong defense in the middle there with Abby Curran and others. We had excellent outside hitting from Maddie Lyons. So it's really all the ingredients. No surprise that they took the 3rd set there.
It's like you just made them a recipe card, Mike. Norwood keeps doing well in all those facets. I imagine things are going to continue to go their way. And there's something to be said for momentum as you see some shots of the Norwood JV and freshman team that we were mentioning a moment ago. Getting some of their homework done on the side as well. We like to see that at teachers at the high school.
Yes, we do.
I think I saw a couple of my own students out there. So we are through 3 sets here. 2-1 Walpole as the team's talking things over. There's Walpole wearing uncharacteristic pink. And I guess if you take a look at the libero on the left side of the screen, that's Harrington in that white jersey. You see that breast cancer ribbon. So I have to imagine that this is maybe related to their Dig Pink fundraiser or something along those lines.
Right. Yeah, so many good things going on, right? All the time here at the school in the Hill. Kudos to the Timberwolves, too, for all the great work they do. So many fall sports have been playing good ball as well, Joe.
Yep. Now, bringing Walpole in, I know when Norwood shifted to the TVL a number of years ago, a lot of folks in town were saying, hey, we want to keep that Walpole rivalry going. And Coach Nimblett, who helps kind of coordinate, along with John Longley, some of the outer conference matchups, certainly made sure that that would happen. And it's got the feel of a playoff atmosphere here.
It really does. Yeah, it really does.
So let's see what Norwood is able to do here. Walpole, a short drive away, but certainly bringing some energy. In fact, I remember a number of years when I first started coaching freshmen, one of my players got hurt in a contest earlier in the season. The next game was against Walpole. She said, I just want to play Walpole. That spirit, and I believe she did, but that spirit kind of permeates through this whole program. And you can see the way that Norwood is not only fired up, but a moment ago you saw Norwood's assistant coaches. They want it. They remember playing Walpole, and they remember how special it is.
They do. This should be a special one.
Well, there's the pregame ritual. Got to ask Abby Curran and Kim Laya what that's all about. But nice to see them getting into it. As the two of them will exchange places. You've always got to start with 6 players and not the libero on the court. So that's why you see Abby starting out there and Kim entering the game. So there's actually a reason for that. And it's nice to see that they've developed a little bit of a secret handshake to make that happen.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So many great friendships, right? Such great camaraderie. It's a great program. Kudos to Coach Nims and all his coaches, and you were part of that coaching staff as well, Joe.
For sure. I saw Olivia Loud, who played with me when she was a freshman. She was saying she can't believe that it's here, that the time flew by. And we were talking about how volleyball is like a lifetime sport. You keep playing it, you know, whether it's club or intramurals in college. Just, you know, it's a sport you can play in, you know, for decades after you graduate.
Absolutely. Yep, that was number 2, Kate Jordan for the Timberwolves. Colleen is at the line.
So here is Colleen Brady. Coach Nemblett seems to like starting things off with her serve, and why not? She's been so strong there. Oh, nice play by Laya, who keeps it alive. And some miscommunication there for Norwood. Both Sarah Randall and Brady ran over right in front of Coach Beauregard to try to send it over. And I think they actually both had a decent shot at it.
Right.
But neither one yielded, and ultimately it falls in Walpole's favor. So now a set for Maddie Lyons. Wow, how did she get that angle, Mike?
Fantastic.
Unbelievable.
She is so agile.
Maddie Lyons has been impressive here at the school on the hill since her freshman year when she made JV, I believe, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And she was strong there with, tell you, I teach physics, and I don't even know how that angle works.
She has had some big points today for the Stangs, that's for sure. My goodness.
But sometimes you come off a great hit and you maybe overthink the next serve, and Maddie serves it out. So she'll take a bit of a breather here. Julia Figueredo comes back in for Norwood. And Maren Gallivan, who we know can go on a run, is the server at the line for Walpole with this game at 2-2. Comes to Brady. She goes to Sarah Randall. Sarah's been playing some very important minutes as a sophomore here. Now for Forbes in the middle. Trying to connect. Walpole to Stasinski. Nice dig by Figueredo. Comes to Brady. Calling forward is Forbes. She sends over a free ball to Gallivan. The set in the middle comes for number 16, and connecting with the kill, not maybe the strongest one, but effective nonetheless, is Briella Clinton.
Yeah, number 10 will stay at the serve for the Timberwolves.
Got to get her off her serve quickly.
Yes, we do. The sooner the better.
And that'll help doing it. Sometimes if they're going to give you a gift like that, you got to take advantage of it, and Norwood seems primed and ready to go. So they'll send the freshman, the only freshman on their roster, Brenna Forbes, to the service line. Brenna, number 12. Watch out for her TVL. I'm sure she's going to have quite a strong career. Comes at Harrington on the serve for Gallivan, and eventually Walpole sends it over with Clinton. Brady sets up Curran in the middle, and this time Abby doesn't try to do a little dump. She swings through and gets the kill, 4-3 Norwood.
Yeah, she's a force out there, right? Colleen did an excellent job with that set. Put her right where Abby needed it.
Substitution for Norwood as Olivia Loud will enter on her senior night. She's been getting quite a bit of action tonight. She replaces Sarah Randall. And Forbes will continue here at the service line. Strong line drive serve from her that comes right at Gallivan, and she handles nicely. Forbes again now in defensive position. Here's the set on the near side for Loud as she almost connects. Brady plays it and hits the antenna. Coach Nemblett was doing a little dance on the sidelines. I think he was calling that one out of bounds, telling Norwood to back off, but maybe momentum got the better of the Norwood team.
Right.
Tell you, one of Coach Nemblett's strengths. He's a great coach, great motivator. He knows when something is in or out, and he gets loud. Something we always teach the bench, but he's on top of it. And even as a coach, he's won a lot of points over the years for Norwood that way. Another gift there, Mike, huh?
Yeah, nip and tuck the whole way here.
So Norwood will go with another substitution. Olivia Loud has had a strong serve today, number 16, but she'll give way here to Sophia Tuma. So again, a little bit of a different shift in the way that Norwood is running their offense, as Tuma will go to the service line instead. The serve comes to number 12, Stasinski, who gets it back. Nice job at the net there as Norwood got a block up initially to take some of the speed off that one. And trying to connect and driving it home off the block is Izzy Morgan. And some extra energy for number 9. She looks pretty pumped up.
She's had a great afternoon, the junior.
Morgan, someone else who, along with many of the girls here at the school on the hill, a multi-sport athlete. We see her on the basketball court, playing for Coach Kristen McDonald. And so I'm sure she'll be gearing up for winter season 2.
Yeah, so many multi-sport athletes on these teams, right?
So at the service line now for Walpole, it's Briella Clinton. The serve comes to the middle for Kim Laya. Bump set from Colleen Brady, out for Izzy Morgan. Gordon now goes to the middle on the set for Walpole. Laya sets up Brady. From the flat-footed attack, it's a good one that almost eats up Walpole's back row. Here's Stasinski, and she drives it home. Brady was there on the block, but it went off of her arms, and it falls onto Norwood's side, 7-6 Walpole.
And again, it's a game of momentum, right? Timberwolves doing a good job of hanging in there.
Back and forth, each team has had their runs, and there's a really strong serve from Clinton that eats up Figueiredo, and Coach Plasko immediately comes out just a little bit off camera to kind of show Figueiredo where she wants her position. So here's Clinton once again with Walpole having a 2-point lead. The serve is a strong one that comes at Laya. Brady battling near the net. Gets it up. Comes for Tuma. Brady again to the middle. Abby Curran trying to push it on the near side, but it's handled nicely by Kate Jordan. Back row for Laya. Here's Brady to the outside. Morgan gets going. Walpole has to scramble for this one. Nice job by Stasinski to keep it in. It's one-handed by Figueiredo, and look out. I think Izzy Morgan had a beat on it, but a business decision there not to go into the hard wooden stands.
Good call.
Sometimes maybe 1 point is not quite worth getting your face smashed in, and I probably agree with Izzy's decisions there. And another violation, this one against Norwood. So Walpole is now up 10-6 as the referee calls a double hit.
And again, number 16, Briella Clinton has had a great afternoon for the Timberwolves. Very solid out there.
Good talk on the Norwood side. Eventually taking charge is Brady after the pass from Figueiredo. Comes to the outside. Stasinski gets it. Woo, just out. Walpole argues, Mike, from my vantage point, I thought it was in.
Yeah, he really seemed like he wasn't sure.
Yeah, so a little bit of confusion there. Norwood will take it.
Yeah.
But either way, right on the line.
That was right on the line. And a lot of mustard on that as well, right? It looked to me like it just barely got out.
So the referee with a couple of words for the Walpole sideline. And now Izzy Morgan will serve it away with Norwood down 3. A short serve that almost eats up Harrington. Played nicely on the net by Lyons, who gets it back. But maybe Maddie not enough time to transition. And she hits it into the net to give that 4-point lead right back to the Timberwolves. So number 12, Charlotte Stasinski on the serve. Strong serve once again, comes at Tuma, she puts it up. Norwood scrambles for it. An emergency ball is sent over by Brady. Here is Gallivan near the net. Comes to Lyons, and Maddie with a little bit of an oh shucks moment as it goes out of bounds. 12-7. Time is getting short here for Norwood as Walpole clings to a 5-point lead.
And certainly number 12, Charlotte Stasinski, has had a great afternoon for the Timberwolves. Very solid out there.
Not a surprise. Coach Nimblett will dial up a timeout. Mike, it'll be interesting to see what they talk about as the team comes in. Coach Nimblett knows that if his team doesn't go on a run soon, that this game could be getting late pretty early.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear what the Timberwolves are trying to do. They're trying to spread out the defense, and they've been pretty successful at that, right? Good serving. A lot of those are just barely getting over the net. A lot of power behind those Timberwolves serves, so we just need to turn it around here. We need the ball back.
Walpole is 6-9 this year, and while the record might not look very strong, it has been a very good contest so far and a good season for them. Number 14 in the D2 rankings. Walpole is also on a 3-game winning streak, coming off some impressive wins, including another former rival of Norwood's, as they beat Milton 3-2 in their most recent game. So
this is a good Timberwolves team.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that. I mean, the same. They've had a fresh look, 3 different fresh looks out there, doing the rotations. This is a well-balanced team.
Norwood's record coming into this game, not quite as shiny as Walpole's. Norwood is 2-13, but thanks to the incredible strength of schedule they've played and the way they've kept it close, they find themselves just out of the playoff picture according to the algorithm, ranked number 34. This season for Norwood included a 3-0 sweep against Medway, a team that they have struggled with historically, that they really righted the ship against, along with a couple battles against Dedham. Curran now trying to find a home there, unable to connect. There's been a lot of jousts near the net. Neither team has won it yet. Lyons sets this up. Brady sends it over on the bump. So with 12-7, Walpole trying to extend that lead, but a bit of an awkward hit there, a rare one from Marin Gallivan, and Norwood will take a big point off of the timeout.
That play, by Abby with Colleen together, I mean, literally just putting this team on their shoulders and saying, come on, girls, we're going to do this.
That's what leadership is all about, right? Nice find there. Brady gets a piece of it. Another bit of a joust near the net. And Maddie Lyons contends that Walpole was over the net and that should have been an illegal attack. We'll have to rewind that and see. But either way, the referee gives it to Norwood, and they're back to having a 5-point lead. So not too much of a contention from the Norwood team. And the serve comes right back to number 2, Kate Jordan. It's a deep serve, very well played by Izzy Morgan. Now Maddie Lyons again with some extra effort on that swing. To the back row for Stasinski, comes to Laya. Here's Brady. Lyons tries to find some room, and she does. Ooh, Walpole juggled with it for a moment, but ultimately they're able to come away with it.
Heads up, right, she's a heads-up player.
Substitution now for Norwood as Olivia Loud re-enters the game. She'll come in to play the front row, replacing Sophia Tuma. And Colleen Brady, as you see Coach Plasko leaning in, giving Colleen some instructions. Sometimes coaches will tell players to serve at a certain player on the other side, and I think that's what Plasko was doing there. Good attempt there from Forbes as she almost got Walpole out of position in the back row. Nice dig from Brady. Laya goes back to Brady in the back row, and it's a good swing that sends Harrington back. Here's Jordan for Gallivan, and she drives it home. Marin Gallivan with the kill puts Walpole up 5, 14-9.
She's tough. Tough to defend, right?
And here's now Walpole's libero. It is Brooke Harrington wearing number 21. Brady sends over the bump. Comes for Jordan to the outside. They want Gallivan again, but this time she tries to get a little cute with it and do a dunk. And it didn't quite work the same way her powerful shot did a moment ago, and now it's only 14-10 Walpole.
Well, here we go now, Maddie Lyons.
Maddie Lyons in those light pink shoes. Hard to miss her wearing number 4. Serve comes right at Gallivan. Jordan tries to dump it over. Oh, Norwood wasn't ready. And it falls in between Loud and Brady. And Norwood will go to the bench here. Some stoic faces from the Norwood coaches, although they'll certainly give their high fives to Lyons as she's played a solid game. Julia Figueredo replaces her in the back row. And maybe that little substitution served Norwood well, as Walpole misses the serve here. And I think they might have given the point to the wrong team there. They're showing 15-11, so it looks like they've corrected it. Strong serve. Comes right at number 14, Bissonette. Oh, but Figueredo wasn't ready this time as the serve came right back over. So Norwood is down 16-11. Mike, it's getting late in this contest. Norwood's going to have to go on a run here.
They are. They are indeed.
Brady goes for Morgan, who tries a push.
Well, there's an opening right there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call Morgan on something. It looked like her foot might have been close to being over the line. But Norwood escapes anyway, and a good kill for Izzy on that one. So it looks like they'll go back to Sophia Tuma on the serve. Both Sophia and Olivia Loud, who she replaced, both have strong serves. But Sophia's has kind of given Walpole some trouble.
Yes, she has. Excellent defender as well. Very good two-way player.
Now Norwood will go with Brady. Colleen Brady has been swinging a lot, especially even as Norwood's setter. And there's a strong kill. Comes to Walpole. I think that's Charlotte Stasinski, number 12. We keep mentioning that she's played a strong game, and she continues that. So Walpole will bring Carly Knight, number 8, back into the game. And they will assign the serve here to Briella Clinton. Up 5, 17-16. For the outside, Izzy Morgan with a strong swing, but Walpole keeps it up, and they get the point. Julia Figueredo made me nervous there. She had a foot of the line, and I think the fans in the Norwood sideline was just loud enough to cause her to back off.
Yeah, good job there by Julia letting that one go, right?
17-13, Norwood within 4. It's now or never if they want to win here on senior night, with Walpole up 2-1. Comes for Kate Jordan, and Knight sends it to the side. Nice play by Tuma to keep it alive. Back row attack from Laya comes to Gallivan. Here's Jordan for the outside. It's Stasinski again, but she's long. And Norwood, including Coach Katie Mellon, who's at the end of that bench, was all over it, calling it out of bounds. Norwood has clawed now within 3. So Izzy Morgan with some cheers from the crowd. A big serve from her with Norwood trying to get some life back in this contest. She comes right to the middle for number 16, Clinton. Here's Brady for the outside. Oh, they want Lions. She found a good spot. It goes off the basketball hoop, and a big change of events. Norwood will take a very favorable for them bounce off of the hoop here.
Look at Maddie spreading it around, making them feel that deep ball. I mean, she is just such a cool and calm player out there.
Probably, Mike, a reason that she's a captain as a junior here.
Right. Yeah, she's fantastic.
So here is Izzy Morgan to a very quiet gym all of a sudden as the Walpole fans have been quieted down. Harrington for Gallivan, who sends over a free ball. Opportunity for Norwood. The set to the middle. Curran dunks it home. Norwood is within 1.
How about Izzy Morgan? How about Izzy Morgan?
Ice in her veins at the service line, huh, Mike?
Fantastic.
This is a game that you got to have a short memory.
Somebody needs to tell her that this is a big game.
No, whatever she's doing, I tell you, let her keep doing it. So let's see. The serve from Morgan is another good one. So I'm glad she's continuing on her run. Walpole goes to the near side. The double block from Curran and Lyons was there, and Walpole will scramble for it. Another chance for Norwood. Brady for Curran again, who tries to dunk it home, but Jordan is there defensively. This time they go to the outside, and Walpole doesn't have an answer. We are tied up. What a game, Mike.
We got a new ball game here. New ball
So
game.
a timeout, not a surprise.
Yeah.
Coach Zach Okolovich will take the timeout for Walpole, and at 17-17, this is now a race to 8 points.
Love it. Love it. How could he not take a timeout there, right?
So
My
we see
goodness.
the Walpole team. Not a whole lot of energy on that sideline right now. They've given up 5 points in a row. They got to find a way to stop the bleeding. And you'll see us here up in the booth. Thanks to Isla Wilson for giving us some shots here every once in a while. But certainly we're enjoying this contest, Mike. Walpole has played Norwood tough. This rivalry seems not to have lost a whole lot over the years.
2 excellent teams out there, you know, really well-played sets. You know, this is a long way from being over, right? Long way.
If this game does go to a decisive Game 5, the teams will switch sides midway through, and I believe that game is only played to 15.
Right.
So that will be something to watch out for.
So Izzy Morgan, the story of set number 4 here.
And perhaps something that Walpole was thinking about, sometimes you call a timeout, you kind of ice your server. Let's see if Morgan has that happen to her. She doesn't as she comes right at Gallivan. Stasinski tries to send it over quickly. Here's Lyons, a bit of a roll shot from her that comes out to number 14, Bissonette. Attack from the outside from Stasinski. Gets sent over by Tuma on 1. Jordan comes right back to Sydney. Played up. Laya keeps it alive. Lyons for the back corner. Oh, it's still in bounds as we keep going. Jordan for the middle. And Walpole drives it home, but a violation is called. Norwood celebrates as a double hit was called against, I think it was number 8 there. And Norwood has their first lead in a while. And it's Izzy Morgan who's continuing to serve. Another strong serve from her that comes at Gallivan. To the outside. Laya plays it nicely. Brady trying to dunk it in. Gallivan is there. Walpole goes to the middle. And on the block was Abby Curran. Norwood with a 2-point lead.
Wow.
Mike, can you feel the energy right now?
All I have to say is Izzy, Izzy, Izzy.
Get the fans into it, Mike. Let's get it going. Izzy Morgan at the line, as she's been for a lot of this game. And she's been attacking Marin Gallivan. What a choice, because Marin's been so strong for Walpole. Curran ranges over and gets it. What a play from Abby Curran, showing some speed and agility on that.
This is where the great players like Abby Curran start to take over, right?
So Norwood now getting that home field advantage going. The sideline is into it as the Sophias were dancing a little bit over there. Here's the serve once again at Gallivan. Ooh, almost some miscommunication there for Walpole, but Stasinski sends it over. Norwood goes to Lyons. A nice dig by Harrington, but Laya keeps it alive. Brady for the middle. Curran tries to dunk it in, but Gallivan with a diving attempt. Tuma for Brady. And now for Lyons. Back row played up by Harrington. Oh, Walpole has had an answer so far on this rally, but it continues. Now it's up to Lyons as she sends it in. Norwood with a 3-point lead, 20-17, and the double block delivers. It's Colleen Brady this time that wins the joust.
Wow. That combo at the net have been just fantastic, Abby and Colleen.
And another timeout.
I think they've given away some height as well, to the Timberwolves. But what do you think of that, Joe?
Norwood with some energy here. Tell you, they were down 16-11, Mike. I thought that this game was getting late early, but Norwood has turned things around in a hurry. Since that moment when it was 16-11, Norwood has gone on a 10-1 run. And a lot of that has been with the junior Izzy Morgan at the service line.
Fantastic. Yeah, you have to be so happy for the whole team. They're playing great ball. They're believing. They're having some fun out there as well, which is so great to see. And again, Izzy, only a junior, right?
That's half the battle on senior night. Have a little bit of fun with it. And for the underclassmen to celebrate the 4 seniors on Norwood's roster, you got to believe they want to do everything in their power to keep things going and maybe make some noise towards a playoff push.
Yep. And this is a tremendous defense that's out there now for the Stangs.
Last set was a big win for Norwood, who's playing kind of up in competition against a crosstown rival. Norwood is number 34 in the power rankings. The top 32 get in automatically. This is a bit of a fortuitous bounce for Walpole that comes out of their timeout strong. But if Norwood's able to take now a second set, you have to believe that's going to bode well for them when the algorithm gets calculated.
Right.
Tuma puts it up for Brady. Comes to the middle. Curran, almost found some room, but good reaction there from Gallivan. Brady now will go to the outside, and almost dunking it is in his Lions. Tuma does a nice job recovering, but look at that block from Brady, and it hits the divider there across the top of the net. Brady celebrates. Colleen's not only been a great setter, but she's been effective at the net using every bit of her height here.
Her net play is just lights out. Lights out.
22-18, Norwood is 3 away, but Walpole is threatening. Marin Gallivan delivers a point here. And Walpole, when they're in trouble, not a surprise to see them go to Gallivan for the point.
So this looks like it'll be number 2, Kate Jordan, right, at the serve?
Yeah, Jordan has been the setter today for Walpole. She's had a lot of responsibility there. And now at the service line with a very strong serve that's dug nicely by Morgan. It's Forbes trying to send it home, but Walpole gets a piece on the block. They go to Gallivan, and she hits the antenna.
Wow. Within 2.
23-19. And the energy on Norwood's sideline is palpable. They'll go to the bench here as Olivia Loud, who has been rotating with Sophia Tuma, comes back in. And look at Sophia all the way down the line. She even high-fives the wall. They go to number 14, Bissonette. Laya set up from the back row. Strong attack there from Colleen Brady. Gallivan with a roll shot. Now Brady has the opportunity to set it. It goes to Maddie Lyons, and Maddie collects the point.
They're within 1. A strong serve by Colleen. Accurate, strong. Maddie Lyons they're just a fantastic combo.
Norwood is 1 away from forcing a decisive set 5. Colleen Brady on the line trying to do it, and the referee up here, the up ref, says he can't see it. The down ref says it goes out of bounds, and it's Walpole's point. That was close.
It was close. It looked out of bounds to me. It had a tail on it.
Inches away from Norwood winning it on that one, but they'll try to do it here. They go to this one on number 4. That's Maddie Lyons. Gallivan to Laya. Now let's see if Brady can set up the back row. It's Kim Laya once again. Here's Harrington. Gallivan almost finds some room. Oh, Laya's been covering that back line well. Here's Maddie Lyons once again, as she is now playing kind of near us. Lyons here. Quiet gym right now as this rally continues on. Jordan with the set for Bissonette. Almost tried to dunk it in to the middle, and Forbes. Look at that reaction from Walpole. Oh, it's back and forth, Mike.
Fantastic volleys.
Can they deliver it? Both teams with some good defense here. Back row again, and Walpole wins that one.
It's much easier said than done, but we've had a lot of good luck driving it to the back row against the Timberwolves. I think we need to go back there.
Norwood is up 24-21, trying to close out set 4 and force a decisive set 5. Here's Marin Gallivan on the attack, but she's blocked, and they say it went out of bounds. Oh, that is as close as you can draw it up. Hard for us to see from here. Coach Nimblett will take a timeout. No argument from him, so I've got to believe that the referees have it right.
Right.
But Walpole is saying never say die, as they are now within 2 of Norwood.
This is the only way you're going to beat the Timberwolves, if you're going to beat them, right? It's just, two excellent teams out there. And again, the success that we've had here in set number 4 has been really driving those balls deep, like Maddie Lyons has done really all afternoon,
So let's see what Norwood is able to draw up here. Walpole will have the serve, and that'll be courtesy of number 21, Brooke Harrington. Walpole has Harrington, they have Stasinski, and they have Jordan out there along with Bissonette, number 10, Marin Gallivan, and number 16, Briella Clinton. The serve from Harrington comes at Laya. Brady sets it up. She wants the middle. She wants Forbes, but Forbes goes into the net. Walpole points at her all the way, saying that's a violation, and the Timberwolves are now within 1.
That's a hard one.
Point for point. Harrington's serve comes at Laya. Brady scrambles and makes a bump set. It comes for Olivia Loud as she plays it right for Harrington. Jordan, bit of a tough play. Gallivan keeps her feet in, and we are now 24-24. Mike, you got to win by 2.
You do have to win by 2, and certainly the momentum. Brooke Harrington is doing a great job for the Timberwolves.
Back against the wall for Norwood. Here is Maddie Lyons on the near side. Oh, she wants that one back. She tried to roll it, but it got the top of the net. And now it's do or die for the Mustangs with Harrington still at the line. This game was 24-22. Norwood a moment ago. It comes for Brady. Forbes near the net. Walpole plays it to the back for Laya. Brady tries to slowly dunk this one on in here. Gallivan hits the net, and Norwood is still alive.
Got the serve back. That's what matters, right? Maddie Lyons and the serve, fantastic.
Mike, you've been talking about how good Maddie Lyons has been at the service line.
Goodness.
She has as important a serve as ever.
Right.
25-25. She decides to go right to the teeth of that Walpole defense. Number 12, Stasinski puts it up. Near the net, battling is Olivia Loud, as is Forbes. And this one takes a little bit of an awkward bounce, and it falls onto Norwood's side. Walpole again is 1 point away from winning.
And look who's at the serve for the Timberwolves.
Marin Gallivan has been so strong. Julia Figueiredo replaces Maddie Lyons. The serve comes to Julia. Brady here. Goes to the near side for Loud, who almost finds some room. Ooh, bit of contact there, and Norwood takes it.
This one's a barn burner, huh?
Back and forth, back and forth. Reminds you of those old Bay State League days. 26-26, got to win by 2. And here is the freshman Brenna Forbes. What a spot for her.
Beautiful power.
Comes to her in the back row. Brady here. Oh, nifty push pass. Morgan almost found some space, but Harrington made a great play. Forbes again is ready on the back line. Brady almost sneaks it in. Walpole settles for a bump. Oh, that was dangerous. Nice play by Loud to get that out of there. And Curran there in the front row gets the kill. Now Norwood is on the doorstep, Dr. Crowley.
You can see that this rotation for the Timberwolves, they have a lot of size in the middle there. Good to see Abby Curran out there.
So let's see where Forbes decides to go with it on the serve. It's a strong one. It comes right at the libero Harrington. Jordan sets up for the outside. Norwood off the block is unable to connect. And what else? Another tie game, 27-27. We are going to be here all night, Mike, at the rate this thing is going.
This is fantastic ball.
But Walpole with a big chance here. Number 14, Sydney Bissonette on the line. Brady sets up Olivia Loud, who'll send it over on a bump. It comes to Gallivan. Jordan for the middle. Nice dig there. Laya gets over. Loud sends it over. It's a high arcing shot that finds the arms of Gallivan. To the middle again. Norwood keeping it alive. Good communication on the Mustang sideline. And this one, maybe physics decided it as it comes right near the net. And I thought it might have rolled over for Colleen Brady. Instead, it's Walpole pointing their one away.
And it's knotted up again at 28, right?
Walpole misses a crucial serve. And I tell you, this game was in the balance when we last saw Olivia Loud check in. She has now checked out again. And Sophia Tuma with potentially the biggest serve of her life coming up. It's a good serve from Tuma as it comes at Gallivan. Jordan once again sets up Clinton. Dug nicely by Figueiredo. Here's Curran. Curran finds some space. And Norwood is one away once again.
Playing with your head up, right?
Oh.
Putting it where they're not. Cool customers out there.
Tuma once again after a strong serve a moment ago. Comes at Harrington. Here's Jordan. A little bit of a scramble for Clinton to get it over. Brady's now set, goes to Curran. Walpole trying to cling to a little bit of life. Nice play by Laya. Ooh, no good spot there from Morgan. And the violation is called.
And your Norwood Mustangs.
The Mustangs force a decisive game 5 as Walpole commits a violation. And now,
wow.
Oh, it comes down to this, Mike Crowley.
Wow.
2-2. Norwood was down 2-0. They have clawed back. They have been to the brink here. And now they have 3 minutes to talk it over before they play a decisive game 5 to 15.
The Norwood girls have improved with every set, right? They're basically playing mistake-free right now. The only way if you ever get anything by them is you beat them at the serve, which hasn't been happening, or you make them stretch out so far it's just not returnable. But this has been fantastic. 2 excellent teams, 2 very evenly matched teams out there. All the rankings go out the window right here now, headed into game 5. You only got to get to 15, right?
Norwood's already got to feel pretty happy with their performance. Coming in as a number 34 in the power rankings. You're 2-13 with your record. But Walpole, who has a stronger record and also comes from a strong conference, is an opponent who Norwood is happy to take 2 sets against. And if they can win, this could go a long way in punching your ticket to somewhere come playoff time. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think we gotta keep the ball out of the teeth of that Timberwolves defense because it's a very good, particularly in the middle hitter, in that center position there. They're very strong. Got to keep driving as deep as we can. Maddie Lyons kind of showed everybody how to do that in the 3rd set, right? And it's been working since.
So Walpole took sets 1 and 2. Norwood took sets 3 and 4. And now we set the table for a decisive set 5. And Mike, I believe my volleyball memory is serving me right that we're going to 15.
Right. Yes, we are.
And the teams will switch sides halfway through. So that'll be something else to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and kudos to Coach Nims, right? Going to Tuma there with the huge serves, the senior, just getting it done. They look great. They're having some fun out there as well.
It was an interesting call, and it's interesting you mentioned that, Mike, with Tuma delivering those big serves. Sophia's been serving well, but so has Olivia Loud. So the 2 of them were kind of rotating for the same spot. So it was interesting, hey, who's he going to give the serve to? He could have very easily gone to Loud in that spot. He stuck with Tuma, who had been serving this particular game. And one of his 2 captains really rewarded him big time.
Yeah, it's great. What a great senior night for both sets of girls.
So it's already a great senior night given how exciting things are right now. But wouldn't this be the icing on the cake?
Fantastic.
30 seconds more to talk things out. We're glad you're joining us here on NCM. You're seeing some wonderful directing from our very own Danielle DeMattia, who is assisted by Ron Marshalsea and Kiki Thaxter with the replays. And we've got Abby Fortier and Isla Wilson, NHS's own, on our cameras here. They do a great job.
Yeah, kudos to the mighty NCM team.
And the referee near us looks like he's about to give a little speech to the crowd.
Okay, so he's instructing the crowd there. Get to 15, but you got to win by 2.
So it's kind of nice. You don't see every referee do that as he kind of sets the stage. You have to imagine that that might take some fans by surprise if they're not ready for it.
Right. Yeah, and a special kudos. These MIAA officials have been unbelievable today.
I agree, yes. So the field hockey team has entered. That's what you hear the cheering about just off camera. And it looks like Walpole will start things off with Kate Jordan, their setter number 2 on the serve. We are underway here in a decisive 5th set between Walpole and Norwood. It was Jordan who got the festivity started here for Walpole. Kim Laya now for Lions. Walpole has had many answers defensively, but they hit this one out of bounds. And a bit of a long face there from Charlotte Stasinski. Norwood draws first blood.
Let's get on a roll now at the service line.
And it will be Colleen Brady now at the service line. Looks like Norwood is sticking with a lot of what was working in Game 4. As Sophia Tuma, who started this first set, has checked out already and been replaced by Olivia Loud. So those two seem to be sharing a position on the court, with Loud playing the front row. Here's a strong attack from Loud. Doesn't quite go, but Forbes is there for the follow-up. Harrington sets up Stasinski on the outside. Good dig from Laya. And Brady tried to dump it over, couldn't quite found space. Nice work from Bissonette from Walpole to cut an angle there. Back row attack from Brady doesn't go. And out of the outside, it's Stasinski finding some space. We're knotted up at 1.
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Kim Laya too. She has quietly kept the Stangs in so many of these volleys with excellent play from that libero position.
So it looks like it'll be Brooke Harrington getting ready to serve, but off camera, the captain of the court, it looks like for Walpole, Maren Gallivan, is talking things over with the official. So not exactly sure. We're going to have to get our supersonic ears out to hear that. And the official puts his hands up, so I don't think anything earth-shattering comes out of that conversation. Here's the serve from Harrington. Nice dig from Laya right off the bat. For Olivia Loud, strong kill, and the senior puts Norwood up 2-1.
Keep attacking that back row, right? We've had good fortune back there.
Olivia Loud, who I remember even from her first day in tryouts as a freshman, has some of the best fundamentals I've seen on the volleyball court. She delivers a big kill when it's needed the most. And here is junior captain Maddie Lyons. Comes right at number 16. Tough play for Briella Clinton, who eventually gets it over. Good communication for Norwood, as ultimately it's Morgan who attacks here. And now Brady will go to the near side. Sneaks this one through, and it's back-to-back kills for Loud. And the gym is getting loud. Look at that. As the Norwood sideline showing off some dance moves. They're up 3-1.
Kim Loud, another great player. She's had a great afternoon.
And the gym quiets down pretty quickly, allowing Maddie Lyons time to focus. Tough serve into the back row that Gallivan handles. And Walpole can't get the roll shot from Briella Clinton. It's 4-1 Norwood. And you want to talk about a game to 25 going quickly. Game to 15, it gets late early. So here is Lyons in front of a quiet stands for Norwood. Clinton again on the attack. Nice play by Laya. Brady tries to dump it in. Ooh, this one could have been called a double hit, and the referee will. Gotta say, I agree with his call. I think it hit the outstretched arms of Harrington, and then it bounced off of her head.
Right.
And so Norwood takes the point, 5-1.
Maddie Lyons.
Like you've been talking about what a strong game Maddie has had so far. Here she is once more. Comes right back to Harrington. Maybe a good idea after she was just called for the violation. But look at that block. That's Brenna Forbes. That's a freshman. And she delivers a huge block to put Norwood up by 5.
Total takeover of the momentum in favor of the Norwood Mustangs.
And it's a timeout for Walpole. Mike, if you're Walpole, you're feeling pretty good about yourself in the first 2 games, but things have changed in a hurry, haven't they?
Yeah, it seems like it's just totally gone over to Norwood, right? They certainly dominated the first 2. The Timberwolves did, but it's all Norwood now. Even look how much movement there is on the Norwood side.
So the team talking things over. Coach Nimblett, we always talk about how good he is coaching with a lead. And this team seems to kind of reflect that energy, doesn't it?
It does, without a doubt. He always gets the most out of the girls. He always does.
And I tell you, I've coached a lot of players here in a number of years as the freshman coach for Norwood. When you think about energy and kind of getting the sideline going, getting the team going, 3 of the players I think about right away are Julia Figueredo, Sophia Tuma, and Olivia Loud. Right. And those 3 out there on their senior night certainly getting this team pumped up, right. Along with Colleen Brady, whose leadership as a 2-year captain has been irreplaceable. And this Norwood team on the doorstep. But first, they have to contend with Briella Clinton, who can do damage in a hurry as she puts this point away. Walpole has been strong coming out of the timeout. They continue to be here.
Yeah, excellent placement there. Really, not returnable.
So here is number 12, Charlotte Stasinski. She spells Charlotte with an S. Comes right at Colleen Brady. And another violation is called. It's a double hit against Brady. So Norwood, who jumped out to a big lead, now maybe getting a little more nervous as they've ceded 2 points in a row to the Timberwolves.
Charlotte has had a great afternoon for the Timberwolves, too.
That was a tough little bump there that was very close to the net from Morgan. Gallivan comes right at Brady. Kim Laya has kind of been that second setter for Norwood when Brady gets the first ball, and she does a nice job there. Gallivan down the sidelines. Beautiful line shot from her to make it 6-4.
Yeah, she knows exactly where she's putting it. Such a heads-up player.
So back to the service line. It's Charlotte Stasinski wearing number 12 to the back row. Good pass from Julia Figueredo. Ooh, that tough set. And Walpole just barely makes contact. I think they'll probably give a block to Marin Gallivan, but either way, it's a point for Walpole. This lead for Norwood has evaporated in a hurry. They're up 1 after they were just up 5 moments ago, and now they're up none. We got a tie game.
Yeah, it's a game of swings, right? Good time out here by Coach Nimblett.
Yep, I got to believe it was coming soon, and the second that score got tied up, Coach takes it.
Yeah.
So now if you're Coach Nimblett, what are you telling your team?
Well, a lot of those serves, particularly that last one, was basically non-returnable, right? So you just got to pinch up a little closer to the net, make sure that you can return those.
So looking to his whole team, the whole Norwood crew focused. They've got their arms around each other. You can see how much everyone means to each other on this Norwood team as they try to eke out a win here on senior night. About an hour ago, Mike, that looked impossible with Norwood down 2-0. But it is now 2-2. It is now 6-6 in the 5th set, and it truly is anybody's game.
Yep, so the girls got to view this as a brand new ball game, right? The slate is clean. We're going to start right here.
And we're going to start with another serve from Charlotte Stasinski. Norwood tried to ice her, but she comes right at Kim Laya with a strong serve. And meeting Colleen Brady on the block is Briella Clinton, number 16. Briella's had a strong 5th set for Walpole, and that'll cause Norwood to go to the bench. Sarah Randall will enter, replacing Olivia Loud.
Yeah, they're running their taller lineup out there now, their taller rotation for the Timberwolves.
Loud was very strong for Norwood in Game 4 and at the start of Game 5. But let's see what the sophomore Randall can bring. This one came right at Bissonette. She'll have to tuck it over in a tight angle. Brady now tries a little bit of a dump, but good reaction there from Clinton at the net. Brady once again with a push. Walpole has been defending that short shot very well. Gallivan for the back. It's handled very gracefully by Laya. And Izzy Morgan tried to go low to the net. A little frustration from Izzy after the play. And Walpole is now up 2. And here it is, Mike. The teams will switch sides.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Maddie Lyons back out there now needing to close this gap, right? We need some points. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Abby Curran in the middle as well, right?
So Coach Neblett will talk things over with Colleen Brady as captain, who will relay the instructions to the team. The referees always make it very clear to you that switching sides is not a timeout, so they try to get the action going right away. As Brady off camera, encouraging Kim Laya, hey, get on the court, let's get going. And here's the serve from Stasinski. It comes to Laya. Brady to the middle. Almost finding some space was Forbes. Good hustle from Kate Jordan. Bissonette sends it over on a bump. Brady now for the outside. Ooh, good attack there. A good-looking swing from Morgan, but Walpole defends it well. And Norwood loses contain on that one. Laya with a good first touch. But Walpole now is up 3.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out, too, to number 21, Brooke Harrington. She's had a great game for the Timberwolves, right? The whole afternoon, she's been solid.
Kind of your unsung hero there is the libero, right?
Absolutely.
Brady now to Morgan, and it's long. And Walpole is 5 away from winning this. It's 10-6. Getting late early, as we keep saying for Norwood, but they keep clawing back. Let's see what they got in them. They come for Sarah Randall. Bit of a short push from her. And Bissonette finds some room. Walpole now playing with some energy, as it's Sydney Bissonette that forces the second of 2 Norwood timeouts, as they will talk things over with this game potentially slipping away.
Yeah, down 5. That's a big hill to climb, but it's the girls. It's definitely possible.
So a 1-minute timeout. This is the last that Coach Neblett will get to talk with his team about. Coach Josh Okalovich for Walpole, talking about positioning a little bit, now bringing his team in. It's a cool and collected Walpole sideline, Mike. They never seem to get too high, never seem to get too low.
Yeah, they're definitely believing, right? They've had their rotations. Really, they've been pretty uniform the whole day, right? All the girls are playing. Something
to watch here is this, if I'm getting my math right, I think this is currently a 10-1 run for Walpole, and that has all been courtesy of Charlotte Stasinski, who's at the line right now. So Norwood will have to find an answer for her on the first pass. Stasinski comes at Julia Figueredo, who handles it with her hands, and it comes back for Forbes. Forbes finds some room, and I tell you, maybe it's not an over-the-top kill, but that works nonetheless. It gets Norwood off the schneid.
It absolutely does. So, back on the serve. This is great. So this will be Brenna Forbes, right, the freshman?
So Forbes here with a lot of responsibility in her first year at the school on the hill.
Beautiful.
A strong, beautiful serve. And Norwood is back within 3. Wow. Oh, the momentum swings, Mike, have been wild.
Look
and
at
now
her.
You can feel it going to Norwood.
What a cool customer. Only the freshman.
Ice in her veins here, number 12. Brenna Forbes, the only freshman on the Norwood roster. Another strong serve, and another ace. And Coach Neblett nods his head. He likes it.
Love it. Good for her.
We've got a guest up here in the booth. Great to see you. Somebody you had in class, Mike, huh?
Yes, it is. Felipe, great to see you.
Felipe Figueredo is here, who helped me coaching that freshman year. Shout out to him. So he's actually had his impact on what's going on the court, and nice to see him in attendance today here.
Watching his sister play, right? That's so great.
12-9 in favor of the Timberwolves. A little bit of a joust at the net. Curran tries to send it deep. Nice play by Harrington. Martin comes to the middle. Ooh, Laya with one hand keeps it alive. Brady with a little bit of a dump there, and Walpole resets. So does Norwood. They'll go to Morgan. A push. Nicely handled by Harrington. Now to the outside, and Gallivan, and she goes out of bounds. Norwood's within 2.
This has been a barn burner, right? Oh, my goodness, what an afternoon.
Back and forth, and Norwood goes to the bench again.
Here she comes. She's going to do her thing.
Now, I said last game that these might be the biggest serves in Sophia Tuma's life. I think that has just been superseded. Oh, but she doesn't deliver here as it goes into the net. Norwood will have to have a short memory.
Let's get it back, right? Let's get it back.
Briella Clinton has been Walpole's potential MVP here in set 5. And she'll be the one at the service line with Walpole 2 away. It comes deep for Laya. The set for the middle. Curran has to backpedal at least for a moment. Here's Gallivan. Oh, she finds some space. Split that gap between Figueredo and Morgan. And now Walpole is one away from spoiling senior night for Norwood. It's Briella Clinton trying to end it. It's a good serve. It comes at Laya. Here's the set for Curran in the middle. Off the fingertips, and Norwood has life. 14-11 as Maddie Lyons will check back in. And here at the service line, Norwood's got to like to see this. Izzy Morgan was really strong earlier, going on quite a run, and now she'll have to do that again. And it does not go her way.
What an afternoon.
Great effort from both sides. The game ends with a whisper for Norwood. For Walpole, a solid crosstown victory. But I tell you, Mike, this was an entertaining game from start to finish. Walpole wins 3-2. Norwood takes two very important sets, which could loom large in the power rankings. That might be enough alone to keep their season going a little longer.
There is no doubt, as you said, because of the power rankings, the Mustangs, they helped themselves today. They played really well against really a mistake-free Walpole Timberwolves team. I mean, they never, ever, the Timberwolves never, ever hurt themselves. They are pretty impressive. And just two great teams out there, you know, back and forth. Congrats to all the seniors. Congrats to the younger players who stepped up. Oh, my goodness. What a great afternoon to be here at the school in the Hill, Joe.
We saw a lot of contributions. Coach Noblet is always positive with his team. He's great at building players up. Got to imagine this is a tough post-game conversation.
Right.
But regardless, Norwood played their hearts out today.
They did. And they should be very proud of their effort. Should be very proud of their seniors. Really went toe-to-toe with a higher ranked Walpole Timberwolves team. Really something to be proud of there. Want to give a big shout-out to our seniors. Want to give a shout-out to our crew as well in the studio, Danielle DeMattia, Abby Fortier to our left on the camera. We have Isla Wilson to the right. Ronnie Marshalsea doing graphics and replay, and Kiki Thaxter is our executive producer. Always a pleasure working with you, Mr. Pinola.
Absolutely. And is that Miles Nimblet we see on the court there wearing orange? Now, I haven't seen Miles in a while, but he's standing right next to Coach Nimblet there.
Oh, that is great.
Who is talking things over with his team. Obviously, they're a bit bummed. The final here from Nola Johnson Court is Walpole 3, Norwood 2. A hard-fought game. The rivalry is alive and well, Mike.
Absolutely.
Pleasure doing this with you as always. I'll see you bright and early in school tomorrow. Thanks again to that mighty MCM crew, as Doc loves to call them. We hope you will join us for another sport and potentially a playoff game relatively soon here on NCM. Have a good night, folks.